I-94 Mobile, Wolding Ranch, Wolding Farms, North Star Community Credit Union, Napa Auto Parts.
Charlie, give me one, will you?
Test. 1, 2, 3. Test.
Shut,
1,
test,
2, 3.
test. 1, 2, 3. Test.
In my ear. Hello. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3.
That should be you right there.
Test. Okay.
There you are right there. Gain a little bit.
Test,
I'm good.
test,
Good.
test.
Am I good, Nick? Am I good?
Yeah. So it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Purchase 4 eligible Firestone tires and receive up to $120 in a prepaid Visa gift card. Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK.
Fielded by Jablonski at the 6. The 15, 20, straight ahead rear turn, 25, 30, 40. He's got speed, folks, and he is gone. 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
It's time for North Dakota High School football on the PSP Network.
Rolling to his right. Dahl looking. He's got time. He throws. He's got a man out there. It's Renz. Caught. Touchdown, Century.
This presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by PNC National Bank, Sport Clips, Planning Team Financial Advisors, Tires Plus, Jobbers Moving and Storage, The Medicine Shop, Chuppy Chiropractic Clinic, Hub International Insurance, First Western Bank and Trust, and Bismarck LASIK.
They hand up. Nope, this time they go to Irwin going left. He's got room. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Holsteins. Cody Irwin.
And they'll hand it off to Felkley, off right tackle. Slips through a tackle at the 10, screams through another one at the 5. He hits pay dirt. That's 6 for St. Mary's. Nice play, Isaac Felkley.
Now let's go live to the press box for the countdown to kickoff.
Well, what happens when a tornado meets a Holstein? Well, that sets up for a good statewide 9-man football matchup here in New Salem, North Dakota. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Scott Woodmansey alongside Chuck Claremont. Todd Domry's on the camera this afternoon in New Salem, and we have got semifinal football for you here today as the Cavalier Tornadoes, the number 1 seed out of Region 2, have made their way down to New Salem, North Dakota to take on the Region 5 champs, the New Salem Almont Holsteins, the number 2 team in the state coming in at 9-0. The Tornadoes, the number 3 team in the state at 10-0. And Chuck, as I said, a tornado and a Holstein. Well, you never know what might happen when these two teams get together.
Well, I expect good things to happen in terms of viewing the game because ultimately you got the number 2 and number 3 team in the state of North Dakota, both undefeated, both storied programs. Obviously, the Cavalier Tornadoes, you can really talk about the titles, 6 titles. They've just been really kind of a football town up there in Cavalier and New Salem. They're turning into that. This football, it's a football city in New Salem. They love these kids. They're just a lot of tough kids. So I would expect this game tonight, I mean, two teams playing very well to this point. And we're hoping Shirley Scotty for a good game today.
Well, yeah, and you look, as you said, you look at the Cavalier Tornadoes looking to get back to the Dakota Bowl, as are both these two teams. But really, first and foremost, the Holsteins, Chuck, they're trying to add a state title, 9-man title in the Dakota Bowl era. As they've been there, they've got one way back. Well, we won't talk about that one, but nonetheless.
Another one, 86.
Back in 86, but they've been there a couple times. Thompson's been their Achilles heel. But today, they've got to face a team that certainly, their last state title in 2014 certainly has had a lot of experience in that Dakota Bowl.
And a lot of kids back, 5 kids on both sides of the ball back from last year, Scott, and we know that makes a major support when you can have guys coming back, especially kids that have played the Dakota Bowl with Cavalier in it the last 2 years. There is that part of that experience that really is very valuable for these kids. So Cavalier, if you want to give them the experience factor, they got the check mark on their side for sure. And it's a New Salem team where they were in 2018. And I don't believe any of these kids were playing back on that team in 2018. And if they were on the team, they surely weren't playing any major role. So New Salem's going to have their hands full tonight with the Tornadoes.
Well, and you look this afternoon at how these two teams got here in two different ways. As New Salem Almont puts up 52 on Divide County last week. Well, guess how the Tornadoes got here? They win 14-8 in a slobber knocker in 9-man football. You don't see that very often in 9-man football.
No, you don't, and that's one of the pieces that they play. That Surrey, I was looking at the statistics, Scott. Surrey didn't throw the football the entire game. I mean, or didn't have any passing yards. So whether they threw it, they didn't complete any. So when you lose 14-8, I know it's a game that the first half Surrey absolutely dominated. I think Cavalier only had 15 plays they ran the entire game. Sounds like there was some adjustments at halftime where Surrey was running all over them. They made some adjustments. Cavalier kind of came back and held them in terms of rushing yardage in that second half, and then they came victorious. So, and it's a Surrey team that was ranked, I think, second in the state, kind of in the preseason polls, and they too were undefeated. So it was a good, solid football team they beat in Surrey.
Well, the toss has been completed. New Salem wins it. They defer. The Tornadoes will go on offense first. And it should be a fun one here out in New Salem this afternoon. Glad to have you aboard on the PSP Network. As in the other 9-man semifinal game, Lemoore Litchfield Marion, the number 1 seed, is taking on Bottineau. That'll be a 2 o'clock start. We'll update you as best we can as we move along in the broadcast of this one. As both teams continue their pregame warm-ups, we'll take a timeout on the PSP Network. We come back, we'll take a deeper look inside the Holsteins and the Tornadoes. Back with more on the PSP Network after this timeout.
This North Dakota State semifinal 9-man playoff football game on the PSP Network is brought to you by West River Telephone, Nodak Insurance Company, Scott Wilkins, Rude's I-94 Mobile, Wolding Ranch, Wolding Farms, North Star Community Credit Union, Napa Auto Parts, Cross on a Bench Meats, Sweet Briar Creek Ranch, Polar Communications, Rocking H Livestock, and the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites in Fargo.
Welcome back to New Salem, North Dakota. Chuck Claremont, Scott Woodmansey, Todd Domrey's with you on the camera as we are back in New Salem, North Dakota, set to bring you the 9-man semifinals. The winner of this punches their ticket to the Dakota Bowl next Friday in Fargo. Boy, I tell you what, Chuck, I think I'm still discombobulated from all the things we had to go through. So I've said Saturday, I've said Friday, I've said so. By the time this thing's all said and done, I'll get the bearings straight. But as we take a look, Chuck, first you talked about the Cavalier Tornadoes. I mean, here's a team that the playoffs is certainly not new territory for them. The number of years that they've been in it, and then Dakota Bowl championships, but nonetheless a team that's coming in here with a lot of firepower as well.
Yeah, they got some solid kids, surely, in both sides. They got some kids back on the line, and Isaiah Lopez and Demetrius Avila, so they've got some studs in terms of that situation. Then you got a quarterback in Bryson Clem. You talk about a storied family in this Clem family. 7 family members. I know his mom's here. She's even filming for the family.
She was here about 17 minutes after we were.
Yeah, crazy. So 7 kids, and all the kids that played football are the 5 boys. And so Bryson Clem, I mean, he played last year at tight end in that state tournament team, and ultimately his brother Brandon Clem was an first-team All-State quarterback. So he comes from great stock, if you want to call it that. And so he's a guy that, with throwing the football, throwing for 750 yards and 20 touchdowns. He can run the football, ran for 600 yards and 6 touchdowns. And then they got kids in the backfield back from last year, Landon Carter, Trevor Hinkle, both great athletes. You got a wrestling champ in Hinkle. You got a Landon Carter playing basically Team North Dakota in hockey as well. So you just got some really good athletes on this football team for the Cavalier Tornadoes, and solid football team. Interesting, got a new coach in Mitch Greenwood. Sandy Laxdal just was actually calling the game to my
Standing right now, yeah, he's standing here, right.
So he was around for a long time. 13 seasons he coached. He got a couple titles in 2013 and 14. So a big change of changing the guard when you have a guy with that storied history at coach, and you bring in a new guy in Mitch Greenwood, who was their offensive coordinator for the last few years. But it's different. It's his team now, and I'm sure there's things that have changed for these kids.
Yeah, there certainly is. And you talk about, too, one thing about this Cavalier team is that anytime you return 5 on offense and 5 on defense, and it's 9-man football, it's a pretty good start to a season, and a season as to where they are right now at undefeated and a chance to go back to the Dakota Bowl.
Yeah, and they played some tough games along the way. Wyndmere, Lingerwood, they played them early in the season as they were ranked early in the season. They beat them 38-31, and they came back in the playoffs the first round and beat them 52-6. So does that show, okay, is this Cavalier team just getting better and better as this season goes? They got just a really, really tough defense, just giving up under 10 points a game, only 100 yards rushing a game and 22 passing. So and that's a big part to me. When you got a defense, I think I heard this comment, defense travels. Okay, that's one thing. When you got a solid defense like that, no matter what happens, that St. Mary showed it last night, right?
Exactly.
Victory over that they got last night over Dickinson. Their offense didn't play very well, but the defense stepped up. So they're going to, I'm sure Cavalier is going to, they're going to hang their hat a little bit on that defense, because the Holstein offense, boy, they've just been clicking on all cylinders this year.
And you talk about the Holsteins, we'll get into them, Chuck, but I wanted to say something about the crowd that's filing. When you talk about in communities like this, when you talk about crowd, you talk about vehicles. You talk about vehicles, and they are all the way around the football field, and lots of Holsteins fans on this side of the field, and certainly they're here to boost their team onto the Dakota Bowl next week. And Chuck, you talk about the Holsteins, a 42-14 win in round 2, a 52-24 win against Divide County last week, and just a team really that a team that at the start of the season, Coach Kleingen wasn't sure what he was going to have, but certainly a team that's really starting to hit their peak, so to speak, if you want to talk about, and a good time to do so.
And they got size. That's a big part when you start talking 9-man, and you can go 200 basically across the board. And A.J. Hines
looks like the Century offensive line.
No doubt. He's 295, just a junior. And you got the two bookend brothers in Weston Kuhn and Wyatt Kuhn at the tight ends. They're both 6'3", 6'4". So you got big kids across that front line to block for guys that they're not. Like St. Mary's has one kid. They had Felkley running time and time again last night. A lot of teams have one kid that they run the football. This Holstein group, they got 3 kids that can run the football. Then you throw in the quarterback with Cody Irwin, Brock Norton, Dylan Rude runs the football on occasion. Then obviously Ty Wolding, the quarterback, he's got 14 touchdowns running and over 600 yards. So very, very balanced team, and can even threaten the ball throwing the football, because they've got some kids in Rude and the Kuhn brothers that can catch it as well.
Yeah, and when you look in some of these communities, Chuck, you start talking about traditions, and a couple things. One of the things out here is, they always start their season with midnight football, do the Holsteins, and then the other thing is they come in the trailer. But the one interesting thing we saw was what a Cavalier brought to the table. They came out with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, that's we saw Demetrius Avila came out on the field and slammed the sledgehammer down, and it gets passed around. I suppose it sounds like to guys who play a great game, and he must be the man that gives it out. And that's the toughness, I think, of this Cavalier Tornado team, and the history and the tradition that they've got. And I love it when they've got little things like that they can throw in the mix that kind of gets kids fired up a little bit.
Yeah, well, pretty good contingent from Cavalier. Made their way down, made the long trip down to New Salem. But for those folks that were unable to make it, we certainly hope you're tuning into the PSP Network, as it should be a fun one here this afternoon. As we can tell you last night, other games going on today across the state in the 11B side of things. Hillsborough Central Valley will take on Bishop Ryan. That'll be a 4 o'clock start. And then Kindred and Bowman County, that'll be a 2 o'clock start this afternoon in the 11B side. We've got four finalists for next week on the 11A side. Last night, a game you heard right here on the PSP Network, St. Mary's knocks off Dickinson by a score of 19-14, and Jamestown defeats Fargo North 41-24. So the Saints and the Blue Jays will do battle in that 11A state championship game next Friday afternoon. On the 11-2A side of things, minor upset last night, so to speak, as West Fargo comes in and shuts out Century by a score of 15-0. And then in West Fargo is Cheyenne over Shanley by a score of 36-21. So that sets up Cheyenne and West Fargo in the 11-2A side of that championship, Chuck. So just 4 more to put in the Dakota Bowl, and we'll have our matchup set for next Friday, which will be breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the Fargo Dome.
Yeah, we're hoping we can welcome a bunch of people in from that are maybe out in their deer stand or
absolutely.
out in their truck. Good luck to those people deer hunting. Obviously, be safe and tune in, listen to us as you're in between, maybe eating a sandwich at lunch, waiting to take your afternoon your evening hunt.
Yep, and if you're looking
to be safe.
Yeah, if you're heading next to the Dakota Bowl next week, the PSP Network's official hotel for the Dakota Bowl is the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites in Fargo. Use promo code Dakota and receive 15% off your 2-night stay while in Fargo for the Dakota Bowl. They're getting ready to introduce the starting lineups. We'll bring those to you as they are here as before we take a break, as then we'll have our national anthem. As Cavaliers, we said we'll go on offense first. They'll go like this. Up front at center will be Demetrius Avila. He's 5'7", 175 and a senior. The left guard will be Isaiah Lopez. He's 6'2", 205 and a senior. At the right guard will be Colton Hurst. He's 5'10", 230 and a junior. And the tight end will be Caden DeMars. He's 5'11", 175 and a senior. And the other tight end will be Jake Steele. He's 6'1", 185 and a senior. Wide receiver will be Ty Holmquist. He is 5'9", 160 and a senior. One running back will be Landon Carter, 5'10", 175 and a junior. And the other running back, Trevor Hinkle, he's 5'8", 150 and a senior. And the quarterback is Bryson Clem, 6'3", 185 and a senior. Their head coach in his first year is Mitch Greenwood. For the Holsteins, they'll go like this defensively. Up front will be at the nose guard, Tyson Klott, 5'7", 195 and a senior. The tackles, A.J. Hines, 6'1", 295 and a junior. And Levi Becker, 6', 235 and a junior. At the linebacking core, Cody Irwin, 5'7", 185 and a senior. Ty Wolding, 5'11", 170 and a junior. Wyatt Kuhn at another linebacker spot, 6'3", 180 and a freshman. And Weston Kuhn, 6'4", 225 and a senior. At the cornerback spot will be Dylan Root, 6', 160 and a senior. And the other cornerback will be Kane Grinsteiner. He's 5'4", 170 and a junior. Their head coach is Steve Kleingen in his 25th year. Chuck, real quick, thoughts, keys to the game for this one, first of all, for the Holsteins?
Well, I think for the Holsteins, obviously it's this very balanced offense. The Cavalier Tornadoes are going to have to stop them. They're going to have to look at those key guys and Landon Carter, Trevor Hinkle, kind of key on those guys, as well as Jake Steele. And they got 3 different guys that can run the football. So it's a similar situation as New Salem where you can't key on one guy. So they're going to have to be very good on the defensive side in terms of, hey, where's my position? Where's the spot I need to be? Who's the guy I need to focus on? So to me, it's just assignment sharp on defense. That's the key to me for New Salem.
And for the Cavalier Tornadoes, Chuck?
Well, figure out a way to deal with the bigs and, the big guys of New Salem, because New Salem's just been kind of running down the throat of everybody. So to me, it's on their same thing, their defensive side of the football. And ultimately, that's been their strength. So to me, it's the strength of their team, only giving up 100 yards, 11 yards rushing against the strength of New Salem rushing the football. So it's kind of strength against strength. So we'll see what happens there.
Well, it should be a fun one this afternoon. Glad to have you aboard as the national anthem's next. We come back. The opening kick. The Tornadoes, the Holsteins next on the PSP Network. Back with more after this timeout.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
At Schatz Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust.
Like our convenient online banking.
Along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Yeah, welcome back to New Salem, North Dakota, as we are ready to go. The Holsteins and the Tornadoes. As the Holsteins will kick, Ty Wolding will tee it up at his 40-yard line. Back to receive for the Tornadoes will be Hinkle and Carter.
Little weather update, Scott. Boy,
yeah.
Talk about a beautiful
Boy,
day. 54 degrees, going to be a high of 64 today. Got a light south-southeast wind, so it's kind of coming from the right corner to the left corner, so it's kind of, we're kicking with the wind right now. Going south to north, this field is, what's the field? I forget what it's called. Gabe
Field. As we're ready to go, and the return is going to be taken by Landon Carter. He fumbles it, 25-30, jumps over tackle there, still on his feet, 35, and he's going to be down at the 36-yard line goes Landon Carter, and that's where the Tornadoes will take over as Bryson Clem comes out at the quarterback spot. 751 yards passing, 20 touchdowns, rushed for 6. Has Bryson Clem for the Cavalier Tornadoes, 6'3", 185, and a senior. As he gets the play call to his offensive unit, and they break the huddle. Clem sends... He's going to work out of the shotgun. He sends 2 receivers left, 2 right. They motion Hinkle into the backfield. Clem, they give it to Hinkle, and bounces off one tackler, but no, he's going to be stood up for little or no game. Cody Irwin makes a stop there for the Holsteins.
Yeah, Irwin read that perfectly, Scott, as he went right into that A gap and slammed Hinkle. As Hinkle, you said, came back in motion, and good play to start from that defense. And Cody Irwin, the senior linebacker.
Play comes in from the sideline. They look at their wrists, and Clem sets them up again. Now they motion left to right. Here comes Carter in motion. They fake it. Clem's going to keep it. He goes over the right side, and he's going to be driven down shy of the 40 at the 39-yard line. Weston Kuhn, the big linebacker, making the stop there. So it'll be a 3rd and long. We'll call it but 7 to go for the Holsteins. Just underway on the BNC Bank scoreboard. No score. 11:03 to go. Opening quarter of play.
And Clem's a big kid, Scott. 6'3", 185. So he packs a punch as he ran right into a Kuhn. So 2 big dudes, 6'3", 6'4", hitting each other.
3rd and 7 now for the Cavalier Tornadoes. Clem, now they motion out of the backfield. Here comes Hinkle. They fake it. Clem on the move. He's looking for Hinkle. He's got him down the sideline. He dives and makes a catch across midfield, and it's completed into Holstein territory at the 49-yard line. And a nice catch there by Trevor Hinkle. Grinsteiner makes a stop, and Coach Klangen said, come on, man, you can't let him complete that pass. You got to get up into coverage.
Well, what I like the job of the quarterback, he waited till Hinkle got past the guy who was in charge of the flat and just threw a nice lob ball over the top of his head, and a good catch by Hinkle going down to the ground.
So 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Clem, they fake it. They give it to Hinkle going over the left side. He keeps those legs churning down near the 45. Stopped short as he's going to be at the 46-yard line. That was Klott that made the stop, the nose guard for the Holsteins. After a gain of a couple, it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Tornadoes.
One thing the Tornadoes are doing a lot of is kind of misdirection. They fake the handoffs. They've done that 2 or 3 times here to get started.
Bryson Clem, now they motion out of the backfield. That's Jake Steele. Clem back to pass. He's looking left, and he's under pressure, and he's going to be brought down back at the 45-yard line of the Tornadoes. And the big nose guard again, Tayson Klatt, makes the sack, and a big one at that.
Well, Klatt, he was aided there by the linebacker Cody Irwin as Irwin was blitzing, and so the quarterback Bryson Clem had nowhere to go, Scott. So basically he looked back to his right, and when he did, he was right in the face of the senior nose guard Tayson Klatt.
3rd down and 16 now. Clem, they throw it out in the flat, and it's overthrown at midfield. The intended receiver was Jake Steele, and that's going to be a punt situation, you would figure, for the Holsteins, and doing the punting for the Tornadoes will be Trevor Hinkle.
Yeah, one thing there too, try to that similar pass pattern, Scotty, on the other side, and it was very well defended by the Holstein defense.
Dylan Rude back to receive the punt. Snap is good. Hinkle delays, and Rude, he's going to let it bounce, and wisely so. Oh, did that hit Holstein? It did.
It hit the helmet of Grinsteiner.
Oh, wow.
As Grinsteiner was trying to block, Rude got out of the way, but Grinsteiner hit him right on top of the helmet as the ball bounced high in the air, hit him on the head, and boy, that's a good kick by Hinkle.
In these kind of games, you want breaks, and there is the first break as the Tornadoes will now have the ball inside Holstein territory, 1st and 10 from about the 14 and about the 17-yard line. And what a play there by I shouldn't say a play. I mean, it was just Grinsteiner was misfortune.
Exactly. And the ball bounced, way high in the air. He didn't even see it, and he hit him right in the noggin.
Then Grinsteiner comes off, and he gets an earful from Coach Kleingen. So Grinsteiner not having a good start to this one for the Holsteins. So 1st and 10 now.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, what did we miss there, Scott?
What did we miss? Okay, well, I guess
it clearly hit him on top of the head.
I thought it did too. As Wolding, they hand off going over the left side. That's Irwin trying to get to the edge, and he fights his way out to the 20-yard line. Boy, that's interesting.
I mean, it's very clear. It hit him right on top of the head, Scott.
As Hinkle makes a stop there, so the Holsteins dodge a bullet, so to speak. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Today's game brought to you in part by the Medicine Shop of Bismarck. They're proud to support local athletics. The Medicine Shop offers free delivery, and you can get your flu shot at the Medicine Shop.
Was it called Clueless?
that making two of them dumb and dumber.
What the heck?
Over the right, they give it to Norton over the right side, and he gets a couple, does Norton. Landon Carter, also Colton Hurst getting off the pile there for the Tornadoes. 8:20 left to go in the opening quarter on the BNC Bank scoreboard. No score here from New Salem.
We got to call Coach Kleingen, who's also the facility manager, tell him they got to brighten up these lines. We need to repaint the lines, Coach.
Well, hey, I can tell you one thing. I know there was a shortage of field paint this year, but I didn't think it was that short. But here's a 3rd down and 6 now for the Holsteins. Wolding sends receivers left and right. Wolding in a passing situation. Back to pass. He's looking for Rude. He's got Rude behind the defense. Rude caught in stride midfield, 45-40, 35-30. It's a foot race. He's gone. 10-5. Touchdown, Dylan Rude. And a big play strike there for the Holsteins, and they lead this one 6-0.
79-yard pass as Wolding faked the handoff to Cody Irwin, and on that right side they had Dylan Rude just streaking down the sidelines with those long strides that he's got behind the defender Landon Carter, and a perfectly thrown ball by Ty Wolding, and then Rude just outran Carter to the end zone. 79 yards, Scotty.
Yes, it was, and a big play deep in their own territory, and now the 2-point conversion awaits here for the Holsteins, as we don't see a lot of extra points kicked. Now Wolding, he's going to go under center. And they got the power I formation. And back there is big Weston Kuhn, and they give it to Norton. Norton, he Shimmy shakes his way over the left side, and he's in. 7:41 to go on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Holstein strike first. They lead it 8-0. Back with more after this timeout.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team
79-yard touchdown
are
pass
entities
from
LPL Financial.
Wolding to Rude, and the Holsteins lead it on the BNC Bank scoreboard by a score of 8-0. So the Holsteins get on the board first. This afternoon's game brought to you in part by Tires Plus. When shopping for tires, shop Tires Plus. All brands under one roof with guaranteed lowest prices and their service after the sale with Tires Plus plan. You can't go wrong with Tires Plus. Visit them online at TiresPlusND.com.
83 Scott, 3 plays, minute 19 on that drive.
All right, here's a good kick, and Wolding going back to get it is Carter deep in his own territory. On the return comes Carter, and he's going to be ridden down at the 15-yard line, and getting down there was Evan Borneman for the Holsteins.
What a nice kick that time by Wolding as the ball went over the head of Landon Carter and then stopped right at the 1-yard line, did not get into the end zone. So backed up now at their 15-yard line.
As now here comes the Tornadoes. First down and 10 from their 15-yard line. Clem fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it. He's not going to go anywhere. He's going to be wrapped up by Levi Becker.
There's that fake handoff to Henkel, and then he held it in his breadbasket for a long time, then pulled it, tried to cut back against the grain, and Levi Becker, the 235-pound junior, just swallowed him up.
Bring up a no gain, be second down and 10. Clem under center again, 2 receivers left. Clem back to pass. Looking left, throws it underneath, and it's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver, Jake Steele, and Ty Wolding had him zeroed in on the numbers there, and will bring up a 3rd and long, make it 3rd and 10 now for the Cavalier Tornadoes.
Clem had lots of time, though, too, so give credit to that offensive line up front, and Lopez, Avila, and Hurst. He just waited for Steele to kind of get in the flat, but good coverage by Ty Wolding as he was right there to knock the ball away.
7:04 to go, opening quarter, 8-0. Holsteins lead on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Now the Tornadoes. Clem back to pass again, and what do we got here?
They're going to call motion.
Yep. And that's going to march them 5 yards back, and now it'll bring up 3rd and 15 for the Cavalier Tornadoes. Reminder, coming up at the conclusion of this one, our Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Planning Team Financial Advisors helping clients work toward financial freedom. Planning Team Financial Advisors. So Clem on 3rd and 15, directing signals. They take a look at their play calls on the wrist, and here we go. Now they motion Steele out of the backfield. Back to pass. Clem looks across the middle. He's got a man. It's caught. Carter, he's at the 45 midfield. Carter, it's a foot race, and he's going to be gone. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Landon Carter from 90 yards out. 2 big pass plays in the opening quarter, and the Tornadoes are within 2.
Landon Carter lined up in that left slot formation, just went up the field right on this little seam route, and quarterback Bryson Clem had all kinds of time to throw. Scott, he just lofted it up and went right under in the perfect stride of Landon Carter. He caught it at about the 35-yard line, and he was already 3 yards deep, and nobody was catching the junior, Landon Carter.
So Landon Carter makes it 8-6 on the BNC Bank scoreboard, and a 2-point conversion awaits, I assume, as we have not seen the Tornadoes, but I'm guessing they don't kick a lot of extra points as they take the ball spotted on the left hash. Do the Tornadoes. Clem as the lone back there is Steele. Clem rolling to his right. Clem looking under pressure, and he's going to be brought down. The two-point conversion is no good. On the stop there was Wyatt Kuhn. 6:49 to go on the BNC Bank scoreboard from New Salem. It's the Holsteins 8, the Tornadoes 6. Back with more after this timeout as you're listening to the 9-man semifinal on the PSP Network.
The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag at Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
8-6 our score on the BNC Bank scoreboard. A 90-yard touchdown pass from Clem to Carter. And the Tornadoes trail by 2. This afternoon's game brought to you in part by Chuppy Clinic. They offer more than basic adjustments of the spine. Chuppy Clinic is concerned about the overall health and wellness of each patient and offer care and services to meet the greater demands of current health needs. Find them online at chuppy.com. Kick is away, and Grinstein, nope, that's going to be Rude. Fumbles it. Now he gets it off the hop. Rude on the return. 10, 15 near sideline, 20. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds there as Dylan Rude, and a late flag comes in. And, boy, is that going to be a personal foul, as it didn't appear to be.
Well, Rude went out of bounds. He just kind of said, hey, I'm going to save myself. Don't want to get hit. So he goes out of bounds, and I couldn't tell if somebody hit him. That it was just before he went out of bounds as a flag. They're going to call it against New Salem.
Yeah, blocking the back against the Holsteins, so they'll march that penalty off. And so the Holsteins leading by 2 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Chuck Claremont, Scott Woodmansey, Todd Domery's running the camera for you this afternoon from New Salem, North Dakota, the home of Salem Sioux. Oh, is it Clem's mom came in here and said the first time she's had a chance to see Salem Sioux?
I guess when you live in Cavalier, it's a long way away.
Yeah, it certainly is. Here we go. 1st and 10 now for the Holsteins. They motion. They give it to Rude on the sweep, trying to get to the edge, and that's a great open field tackle on that far side. Making that stop was Trevor Hinkle for the Tornadoes, and that's going to be a loss of 3 there for the Holsteins. It'll bring up they're going to say it's a loss of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 14.
Well, when you got 2 dudes in the middle on your defense, and Trevor Hinkle and Jake Steele, look at these numbers are ridiculous, Scott. Hinkle 128 tackles on the year. Jake Steele 135 tackles on the year. So these linebackers are everywhere.
2nd down and 14 now. Wolding barks out the signals out of the shotgun. Wolding back to pass. Wolding looking across the middle, looking for Rude. And Rude's throws out, got to run underneath it, and he can't get it. It's incomplete at the 47-yard line.
Rude doing
boy, what an arm there by Wolding.
Yeah, Wolding had all kinds of time to throw, and Rude did a flag route to the sidelines, but I think Grinsteiner's walking back to the quarterback because there was nobody within 15 yards of him. He was about 15 yards down the field, and I think he's talking to Ty Wolding saying, do I got invisible on?
My jersey's black and white too.
Nobody was within, Linton of me.
So 3rd down and 14. Wolding sends 2 receivers left, single receiver right. Ball spotted right hash for the Holsteins. Wolding barks out the signals. Wolding back to pass. Here comes a little pressure, gets rid of it across the middle, looking for Rude. And that was into double coverage. Yeah. He's overthrown at the 35-yard line. And now the Holsteins appear that they're going to be in a punt situation, and they are.
He was hit hard in a blitz by Jake Steele just as he released the football, and the football just sailed on him. Landon Carter's, he's back deep, Scott. And this kid, you talk about multi-sport athletes. This guy's playing in Team USA, Team North Dakota hockey. Oh, almost blocked.
Ooh, and a good high punt, too. Carter all the way back, drops it. Now he's got a fall on it back at the 34-yard line. Is getting down there in coverage was Brock Norton. But what a kick, what a punt there by Ty Wolding. A good high punt, allowing his special teams to get downfield, and they did just that. And so now the Tornadoes will take over 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line, trailing this one 8-6 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. BNC Bank, the bank for business people.
47-yard punt, Scott, and it almost got blocked. I mean, we're talking about a foot from getting the leg of Wolding, the punter.
So Clem now again out of the shotgun, receivers left and right. Clem rolling to his right, throws it underneath. It's going to be caught at the 40, turning upfield and brought down at the 44-yard line was Caden DeMars, his first catch of the afternoon as his 6th of the season. Grinsteiner makes a stop. Last week, DeMars had 1 catch for 15 yards against Surrey.
Yeah, DeMars just a little subtle route as he lined up on the outside on the numbers, and Grinsteiner just backed way up. He just settled it just out of short. I guess they give him the first down, Scott.
Yeah, they did. 1st and 10 from the 44. Clem back to pass, steps up in the pocket. He throws. He's got a man wide open across the middle. Caught, 30-foot race. Trevor Hinkle to the 5. Hinkle to the end zone. Touchdown, Cavalier.
The two deeps cornerbacks right now, Scott, they're letting guys get behind them. Somehow, last possession, Landon Carter got behind him for a long touchdown. This time, Trevor Hinkle, he runs a post route, and he is wide open. He's 10 yards behind any of the cornerbacks in Rude and Grinsteiner, and the quarterback, Clem, had time, just threw a perfect ball, hit him in stride.
So that touchdown gives the Tornadoes their first lead of the afternoon. They lead it at 12-8, and now they come on to attempt the 2-point conversion. As Hinkle gets his first touchdown of the afternoon. Clem rolling out, looking to pass. He throws it back across the field. He's got a man. DeMars is open. 2-point conversion is good. And so 5:13 to go. Opening quarter play on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It's the Tornadoes 14, the Holsteins 8. Back with more after this timeout.
This North Dakota State semifinal 9-man playoff football game on the PSP Network is brought to you by West River Telephone, Nodak Insurance Company, Scott Wilkins, Rude's I-94 Mobile, Wolding Ranch, Wolding Farms, North Star Community Credit Union, Napa Auto Parts, Cross on a Bench Meats, Sweet Briar Creek Ranch, Polar Communications, Rocking H Livestock, and the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites in Fargo.
Well, a 56-yard touchdown pass from Bryson Clem to Trevor Hinkle, and the 2-point conversion good by DeMars, and now the Tornadoes take the lead. Rude's going to field the kick 25, 30, 35, breaks the tackle 40, and he's run out of bounds at the far sideline to 45, and that was Ty Holmquist running him out of bounds over there. Hey, folks, if you're looking for the number one place to stay in Fargo, well, it's the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. When you and your family come to the Fargo-Moorhead area, they are one of the Fargo's newest and premier hotels in the ideal location, right across the street from Shields on 45th Street and connected to the Porter Creek Hardwood Grill. That's the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites, the official hotel for the PSP Network next Friday at the Dakota Bowl.
Good job, big fella, taking care of that
hey,
one.
Love staying there. You got to love the folks.
That's a gorgeous place.
The folks at the clubhouse certainly take care of us. Well, here come the Holsteins on 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. They fake it. Wolding's going to keep it. Goes left, cuts back right. Tripped up just shy of the midfield stripe by Trevor Hinkle. He's brought down. They're going to spot it at the 49-yard line for the Holsteins. A pretty good gain there on first down for Wolding.
You fake that handoff to Cody Irwin going to the left side, and then you just jump in behind your big junior left guard and Levi Becker at 235 pounds. So you got to like those 5-yard first down plays.
14-8 our score on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 4:33 left to go opening half. Second down and 5 to go for the Holsteins. Wolding barks out the signals. He's going to keep it, coming left, trying to get the edge, cuts back inside. He's into Tornado territory and ridden down at the 45 by Avila, and it appears it's going to be a Holstein first down, and the signal is yes. So they will move the chains as that is a Holstein first down.
Wolding's just a tough kid, and we see these last few games at St. Mary's last night and New Salem, they got a lot of really good wrestlers, wrestling and football. They really go together in terms of, mobility and balance and everything else, and Wolding just hard to bring down even at just 170 pounds.
First down and 10 for the Holsteins from the 45-yard line. Ty Wolding works out of the shotgun, receivers left and right of him. They give it, Norton going right. He's got some room, 40, spins off tacklers, drives his way down to the 35, and he gets there. And a big gain. It appears it's going to be close to another first down. Hinkle makes the stop. And they're going to say it's short. It's going to be second down and inches for the Holsteins, and Norton's probably going to have to come out of the game because his helmet comes off, and he is.
Well, what a burst that was too, Scott, as he hit that hole, and once he got to the second level, it's like he put a second gear. And just a good burst and good blocking on that right side by Hines. I mean, talk about a big man, A.J. Hines, 295 pounds. He's also a wrestling champ. So speaking of wrestlers.
So second down and short now for the Holsteins. Out of the gun is Wolding. They're going to direct snap to Cody Irwin. Irwin cuts back inside. He's got the first down. As we said, it was short. Trevor Hinkle makes a stop. So they'll move the chains. It'll be a 1st and 10 now for the New Salem Almont Holsteins.
I can see why Hinkle has 128 tackles. That kid's everywhere. I mean, he's like underdog.
Underdog? Why?
He's everywhere. He's everywhere, right?
Is that wow?
I think it is. Maybe that.
Boy,
I dated me.
I didn't think we'd get an underdog reference in a broadcast in the last 15 years, but we just got one. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Wolding barks out the signals. He's going to fake it and keep it. Goes right. Trying to get to the edge. He breaks one tackle at the 30. Still on his feet. Down to the 25-yard line goes Ty Wolding. And Ty Wolding picking up some hard yardage. Avila makes a stop for the Tornadoes.
Landon Carter came up and Wolding just ran right through the would-be tackle of Landon Carter, then got to the cornerbacks and really stiff arm, kept his balance as we talked about how good he is with that, and punched his way up to, just short of the first down. And that could have been a 2-yard play, turned it into a 9.
Yeah, it'll be second down, and we'll call it 1 to go for the Holsteins. Time winds, 2:07 to go, opening quarter of play. Wolding barking out the signals. Wolding hands off. Irvin coming left, breaks one tackle, tried to cut back inside, and as he did, he was wrapped up by who else? Trevor Hinkle once again, but Irwin, they're going to say he's short.
See, and I watched. He was running, instead of going north to south, Scott, he was kind of going northwest. And I was just thinking about that going, you have to have that awareness as a running back to say, okay, I got 1 yard to get. I got to square those shoulders and get that yard. Instead, he went sideways, and a Hinkle with another tackle just short of the first down.
Minute and a half to go on the BNC Bank scoreboard, 14-8. Holsteins lead. Here comes Wolding. He goes under center this time, and it's quarterback sneak, and boy, I tell you what, initially I didn't think he'd get it, but stayed on his feet. I think that second effort got him the first down.
Totally the second effort, Scott, because he was hit initially by Avila, and he kind of bounced off him, then veered to his right, stuck his head down, and just kept those legs churning, ended up picking up the first down and 3 yards.
So 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line of the Tornadoes. The Holsteins keeping it on the ground thus far in this possession, or in this drive, I should say, and it's worked magic. We're under a minute to go, 57 seconds. Wolding again under center. Wolding fakes it, broken play, and it's going to be brought all the way back to the 30-yard line. And they're going to say the ball came loose, but did it.
Sterling Enerson is going to say that he stripped the ball from the quarterback, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Enerson was a right end, and Jake Steele blitzed from that left side. They met the quarterback right in the backfield, pulled him down. The quarterback, they're talking like, okay.
Well, I think the Cavaliers coaching staff wanted a fumble, but the official said, nope, it'll be second down. So that's a big loss all the way back to the 30-yard line for the Holsteins with 17 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. This will be the last play, it appears. Now Wolding sends 2 receivers to his left, single receiver to his right. Wolding barks out the signals. Wolding back to pass, looks left, fires underneath. Caught, Rudy gets a block, gets to the edge, turns upfield, stays in bounds, and he's down the side. Nope, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 14-yard line, did Dylan Rude, and that's going to stop the clock with 0.6 of a second left. But a big play there for the Holsteins.
Crossing route there on the outside as Grinsteiner came in. Rude went to the outside. Quarterback Wolding hit him in stride and got a good block downfield by Grinsteiner that allowed him to get out to the 15-yard line.
I'm going to say it's going to be a 3rd down and 3 now for the Holsteins with 0.6 of a second left to go here in the opening quarter. They trail at 14-8. Wolding's going to keep it going right. He's got a seam, turns upfield, and he's down to the 10, may have gotten to the 9, and that's going to end the opening quarter play here from New Salem on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 1 quarter in the books. It's Cavalier 14, the Holsteins 8. Back with quarter number 2 after this timeout on the PSP Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Well, we start quarter number 2 with the Holsteins and knocking on the door, trailing this one 14-8. Reminder, we'll have our Sport Clips MVP of the game. Sport Clips brings you the MVP of this matchup. Sport Clips is located at South 3rd Street and is the home to the MVP Haircut Experience. Sport Clips brings you this game's MVP. As we'll also have our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game, sponsored by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you move across town or across country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. 14-8 our score as the Holsteins are going to have it. 1st and goal to go from the 9-yard line of the Tornadoes.
Had 11 play drives so far, Scott. Started on the 44-yard line. Just slow, methodical. A couple big plays, that 15-yarder to Root. Outside of that one, it's just been just good, hard running.
So Ty Wolding as we start quarter number 2. Wolding barks out the signals. Fakes it, he keeps it. He's got some room straight up the middle. Breaks one tackle into the end zone. Ty Wolding from 9 yards out, and the Holsteins tie this one up at 14.
Well, they bring big Weston Kuhn, the senior, into the backfield as a fullback, Scott, and an extra blocker. And, boy, he had a nice block at the point of attack. So did Cody Irwin on the fake handoff. And Wolding went to the right side and just good, hard run and just tremendous blocking by the Holstein offensive line.
So now we await the 2-point conversion.
It's Wolding's 15th rushing touchdown of the season.
As Wolding, Norton alongside him, barks out the signals. Receivers split left and right. Wolding, he's going to fake it. Now what's he going to do? Now he decides to throw it, throws a jump ball, and it's going to be batted down. The intended receiver on that one was Weston Kuhn. Hinkle on the coverage. 11:54 to go in the opening half of play. We're tied at 14 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Back with more after this timeout.
The North Dakota Safety Council is dedicated to preventing injuries and saving lives by offering hundreds of safety courses. The NDSC helps workers return home safely every night and make sure schools are ready for any emergency. Our first aid training and defensive driving courses help save lives. We empower people through personal protection courses and operational risk assessments for businesses. We're a private, nonprofit organization committed to making North Dakota's homes, schools, communities, workplaces, and roads the safest in the nation. Learn more at ndsc.org.
Well, the Holsteins have tied this one up at 14-0 on a 9-yard touchdown run by Ty Wolding. And set to kick it off is, let's just call him Mr. Everything, Ty Wolding. There's lots of Cavalier fans making their way down.
Wolding ran 6 times on that drive.
Ooh, short kick and running up to catch it, and he bobbled it. That was Hinkle bobbled it, but he was able to corral it, and getting downfield was Evan Borneman to make the stop there for the Holsteins. So the Cavaliers will have their first offensive possession of the second quarter. We're tied at 14, 11:50 to go in the opening half of play on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
11 play, 56-yard drive, Scott, 5 minutes and 13 seconds. Picked up 2 first downs along the way, that big one being that 15-yard pass to Rude.
Hub International Insurance, located on Burnt Bow Drive in Northwest Bismarck. Call Hub International at Insurance today, 355-3100. Clem's going to keep it, coming left, cuts back inside, and he's going to be brought down at the 25-yard line by Hines and Wolding for the Holsteins. A good gain there. We'll give him a gain of 5. It'll bring 2nd down and 5 for the Tornadoes.
Clem's getting up a little slow, Scott, as he had big A.J. Hines coming from behind and tackle him, kind of landed kind of funky on that right ankle.
So here's Clem again on 2nd down and 5. Clem gives to Hinkle. Hinkle trying to get to the edge. He does. Turns upfield 40, 45. He's at midfield into Holstein territory. Runs over a tackler there, and he's all the way down to the 40-yard line of the Holsteins goes Trevor Hinkle.
Ethan Meyer, he was the recipient of that shoulder lowered by Trevor Hinkle as Hinkle showed his speed getting out around that right side, Scott, and picking up that first down.
And we got a Hub International Insurance timeout on the field. Contact your local Hub agents, Leif Olson and Josh Cattell, for your personal insurance needs on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 11:10 to go, opening half. We're tied at 14, the Tornadoes and the Holsteins. Back with more after this timeout on the PSP Network.
This North Dakota State semifinal 9-man playoff football game on the PSP Network is brought to you by West River Telephone, Nodak Insurance Company, Scott Wilkins, Rude's I-94 Mobile, Wolding Ranch, Wolding Farms, North Star Community Credit Union, Napa Auto Parts, Cross on a Bench Meats, Sweet Briar Creek Ranch, Polar Communications, Rocking H Livestock, and the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites in Fargo.
Well, now we're back to live action as Clem's not going to go anywhere. He's wrapped up by A.J. Hines. So it'll be a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Tornadoes.
Bryson Clem, he's going to have A.J. Hines in his nightmares.
He's going to wake up and see A.J. Hines, number 50, all night long. This time, Clem fakes the handoff out of the pistol. Clem rolling to his left, throws it underneath, caught, and immediately wrapped up there was Jake Steele by Ty Wolding as they got a few yards back. So it'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it 5 to go for the Tornadoes. 10-17 to go, opening half of play. We're tied at 14 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
5-yard pickup on that rollout pass as he hit Jake Steele.
Clem on 3rd down and 5, ball spotted left hash. Clem back to pass, looks left, he's got a man, and he overthrows his intended receiver at the 20-yard line. That pass was intended for Landon Carter. Grinsteiner on the coverage, so now it'll bring up a 4th down and 5, and we'll see what Mitch Greenwood's going to elect to do as he looks at the play sheet, and he's going to appear to go for it on 4th and 5.
The slot receiver Landon Carter ran a skinny post. Ball, he was actually a little bit open, Scott. The ball was just thrown a little bit outside. He tried to one-hand it with that left hand, but couldn't bring it in.
So here we go on 4th down. They're going to say it's 4th and 6 to go. Big play for both sides of the ball here. Clem rolling to his right. Clem under pressure, turns upfield, now cuts back the outside, now still on the move, makes another move, and Clem is going to get the 1st down and more as he's all the way down to the Holstein 21-yard line, so a good play there by Bryson Clem gives the Tornadoes a first down and keeps the drive alive for Cavalier.
Well, give credit to Jake Steele, Scott. He was a tight end. He's the guy who hooked A.J. Hines, that defensive end, of the tackle. He allowed the quarterback, Clem, to get outside, and then Clem saw an opening, shook one guy off, and picked up that first down and 16 yards.
And now we got a mouth guard that's lost.
That's not dirty at all.
A.J. Hines, well, he don't bother him.
No,
it don't matter to him.
He speaking of tough kids, right? A.J. Hines, he's wrestling champ. He's raises bulls and
he does it
bulls.
all. Clem, and they're going to give it to Hinkle. He sheds a tackle. Now he gets to the edge. Breaks another one to the 10, to the 5. Dives to the pylon. Is he in? Touchdown. Hinkle from 21 yards out. And the Tornadoes regain the lead at 20-14.
And what a job by Hinkle. Just an individual effort, as he could have been tackled in the backfield. Shook off one tackler there, then went to the outside, stiff-armed another tackler, and then showed his speed and did an absolute Superman dive into the end zone.
So the Tornadoes on a good individual effort on a 21-yard run by Hinkle, his second of the afternoon, and they extend their lead to 20-14. Now the two-point conversion awaits. Clem looking. Now he throws backside. He's got Hinkle wide open. Two-point conversion is good, and the Tornadoes strike again, and they lead this one on the BNC Bank scoreboard by a score of 22-14. It's a touchdown timeout. We'll keep it right here. Call 355-3100 and ask for Michael Borman for your commercial insurance needs. Also, enjoy a variety of room types, including our fabulous two-story presidential suite, complimentary deluxe breakfast, indoor water playland, area shuttle service, and much more. You can find all that at the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites in Fargo. Give them a call today at 701-282-5777, or you can book online at clubhousefargo.com.
Is that your room next weekend?
Yeah, I don't think I got up there.
Room?
Also, we can tell them, folks, hey, if you mention the code Dakota when you book a 2-night stay, you get 15% off and receive a $50 Porter Creek gift card for only $25. When second best isn't good enough, think of the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites.
There you go.
Huh?
Why wouldn't you?
How about that?
So we got to say what? Make code Dakota.
D-A-K-O-T-A.
D-A-K-O-T-A.
Just walk in with Dakota stamped on our forehead. Huh? We forgot the code. Well, no, it's right here. So the Tornadoes to kick this one off as they lead it 22-14 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. And kicking it away is Holmquist, and it's going to be a short kick, and ball goes out of bounds.
I think it looked like –
I think Norton knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, is that like illegal? Because the flag got thrown. Apparently you can't do that, or what? Apparently the guy standing over our crowd mic doesn't know that the mic's live either. Huh?
And so what are we going to – are we going to re-kick it?
So 2 minutes and 31-second drive. That one went 70 yards. Two big runs by Trevor Hinkle, a 24-yarder.
Oh, no, we're not.
And a 21-yarder.
They're going to say it's going to be out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 35-yard line. So here come the Holsteins, trailing this 22-14 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 9:11 left to go. Opening half of play here from New Salem. Wolding works out of the shotgun. Irwin, Norton alongside him. They fake it to Norton. Wolding back to pass. He's looking for Rude. Rude says, throw me the ball. Wolding's going to keep it, turns upfield, and he's brought down from the backside, but not till after a gain of 5 down to the 40-yard line. And that was DeMars making the stop. So a gain of 5 there. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Holsteins.
Well, I like the pursuit of DeMars. He was lined up on that right defensive end and just came all the way around the backside. Stayed with the quarterback Wolding as he rolled out and then decided to run it, but tackled him from behind.
2nd down and 5 to go as Wolding this time goes under center. Split backs behind him. As Wolding fakes, they give it to Irwin straight up the middle. Irwin follows his blockers. He's across the 45 down to the 46-yard line. That's going to be a first down. Trevor Hinkle makes the stop for the Tornadoes. And, Chuck, the way this one's going, It might be like a basketball game. Who's ever got the ball last might win this football game.
Yeah, that's the way it's going right now. The offensive guys have had their way right now. I mean, last week Cavalier was 14-8, so they had 2 touchdowns, and in this one they've already got 3.
Wolding again under center, same formation. Wolding, they toss it. Irwin trying to get to the outside. He's going to be brought down. That's going to be Jake Steele breaking through from his linebacker spot to wrap up Cody Irwin, and that's going to be a loss on the play of 2. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 12. 7:44 left to go on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 22-14. The Tornadoes lead over the Holsteins.
And that's one thing that's with Jake Steele. I mean, this guy, he's all over the field as well, and just kind of knifed through an opening in that A and B gap and went down low and tackled Irwin.
So 2nd down and 12 for the Holsteins. Wolding fakes it. He's going to keep it. Trying to get to the outside. He's tripped up and falls forward. That was Steele one more time. And Wolding gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Holsteins.
That's one thing you find in 9-man, Scott, because it's such open space. It'd be surprising how with 2 less guys it makes a major difference. And so these linebackers that are flowing all over, there's a lot of man-to-man tackles and one-on-one tackles, and Hinkle and Steele are doing just a great job right now.
Play comes in from the sideline to Wolding. Clock winds to 6:38 left to go, opening half. Wolding. Rude and Grinsteiner splint wide right. Now they motion Rude from right to left. Uh-oh, what do we have here now? It might be a delay of game, and that's exactly what it is.
I think the guy just realized there's a mic in front of him.
So they spot 5 off, and now that's going to change. We'll see if that changes the play call here for the Holsteins. 6:27 left to go, opening half. A beautiful afternoon here in New Salem. 3rd down and 15 for the Holsteins. Again, Rude motions. They fake it to Rude. Back to pass goes Wolding. Wolding steps up. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. He's at midfield. He's tripped up there and falls forward down to the 46-yard line. Trevor Hinkle makes the stop, and he's going to be real close to the 1st down as they got to get it down to the 44-yard line. And I'm guessing Coach Kleingen and the Holsteins are going to go for it here.
Yeah, I would suspect 13-yard gain by Wolding. Good hit by Hinkle, pulled him down in open field as Wolding, he dropped back to pass, and he didn't see anybody open, so he just turned and ran, had a lot of space. But another good one-on-one tackle by Hinkle.
Holstein's got to go quick as they had to they changed the play again as Wolding quickly barks out the signals. Wolding, he's going to keep it coming right. He's got the 1st down and more as he's tripped up and falls forward down near the 40-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 41. So Ty Wolding picks up the 1st down, keeps the drive alive for the Holsteins as they reset the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Holsteins inside Tornado territory.
That's the 12th carry for Wolding, 57 yards already in the first half. And that's one of those just know what you have to do, right, Scott? You know where the 1st down is, and he just took 2 steps, dove like 3 yards in the air and picked up that 1st down.
Here's Kuhn going to the left side.
Hinkle again on the tackle, Scott, as Kuhn doesn't get too many carries. Big Weston Kuhn, 225 pounds.
Well, I'm not sure, Chuck. Hopefully we can make it through this, as we're saying that our computer battery is running low, but we're plugged in here. And I'm not sure. As Wolding keeps it, goes right, and Wolding is down across the 25 to the 24-yard line.
That last play was 8 yards by Weston Kuhn. Now Wolding, he kept it as a quarterback. And he's just so hard to bring down. He just methodical, picks the right holes.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 now for the Holsteins. They're going to spot it. Throw at that 28-yard line. We're good. Got it. It's all right. I told you, second half, we'll be on track. They give it to Norton. Norton goes straight up the middle, and a good gain there for Norton as Brock Norton picks up gain of 5, maybe 6. We'll call it 2nd down and 4 to go for the Holsteins. 3:56 left to go, opening half a play. Holsteins trying to tie this one up or take the lead on this possession. Now they actually tied up. I stand corrected.
Yeah, they got to get a 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion to tie it up. 22-14. Wolding. They hand off again. That's Norton over the left side, and Norton brought down by Jake Steele.
Steele went down low, and then Sterling Enerson finished the tackle.
He's going to be about 1.5 yards shy of that 1st down, so to bring up 3rd down, we'll call it a long 2 as the clock winds down to 3:17 left to go opening half on our BNC Bank scoreboard.
It's been a 6-minute drive, Scott, that started on their 35-yard line for the Holsteins.
Wolding sends receivers left and right. Wolding out of the shotgun, going left, follows his blocker Norton. He's got the 1st down and more as he's down to the 14-yard line, goes Ty Wolding. So they stop the clock, reset the chains, and the Holsteins are knocking on the door once again.
6 carry on this drive for Wolding, and just a great block by A.J. Hines, who they're flipping back and forth on the left side and the right side. That time he was lined up on the left side and just absolutely buried the guy over the top of him. Wolding went around him, got nice gains. So 14 carries, 68 yards for Wolding.
Well, they're going to spot it 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Wolding out of the pistol formation. Wolding, nope, fakes it, rolling out, and he's got to throw it. That was a wise move as he was being chased down by Steele. Also coming in there for the Tornadoes, that was Isaiah Lopez.
Trying to get the ball to Evan Borneman, but just no time at all for the quarterback, Wolding, so he just wisely threw it over the top of the receiver's head, but nobody in that area, so just a good incompletion.
Pass is incomplete, so bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 16-yard line. 2:23 to go here. Opening half of play as the Holsteins, Wolding goes under center. They got the big fella in the backfield. Wolding, Norton breaks a tackle. Norton, he's got room staying on his feet, spinning his way down near the 5-yard line, and it'll be close to a 1st down, I believe it is.
Broke the arm tackle of Caden DeMars in the backfield, just bounced off of him, Scott. It actually changed his direction, then he kind of veered to his left. And just, boy, Irwin runs so hard. Irwin almost just short of 500 yards. He has 6 touchdowns on the season.
They're going to say it's going to be 3rd down and short for the Holsteins. Nice drive here by New Salem, and Wolding's going to keep it. Quarterback sneak, and boy, he just drives forward. He drove the pile back about 3 yards, and that's going to be a 1st down. So it's going to be 1st and goal to go from about the 3-yard line. Sterling Enerson makes a stop, and slow in getting up is Enerson. I think Wolding delivered that blow right there, Chuck.
Like everybody in this on the football field knows that Wolding's going to get it on those 3rd and 4th and shorts, but they just can't stop him. Hines and Pittman and Becker, those 3 bigs in the middle, are doing a great job blocking.
1st and goal to go from the 4. Wolding barks out the signals. Wolding, they give it. Irwin going left, and is that surge going to get him in? I don't think so. I think he's going to be short. So he got 2, so we'll call it 2nd down and goal to go from the 2 for the Holsteins as the clock winds to 1:05 left to play in the opening half.
Love these long drives, 17 plays or 16 plays now on this drive.
Yeah, and one thing to keep in mind too, Chuck, is the Holsteins will get it coming out of the break too, as they won the toss deferred if they can punch one in here. 2nd down and goal to go from the 2. Both teams have 3 timeouts left. Here's Wolding, split backs. Next to him, Wolding's going to keep it. Now he's going to bounce to the outside. Can he get to the edge? Turns upfield, spun forward, and he's going to be short. And I'm guessing, Coach Kleingen's going to call a timeout. Oh, there they get it at 30.9. We'll keep it right here as DeMars makes a stop. So a timeout with 30.9 seconds to play. This afternoon's game brought to you in part by the Medicine Shop of Bismarck. They're proud to support local athletics. The Medicine Shop offers free delivery, and you can get your flu shot at the Medicine Shop. 30.9 seconds left to play as Chuck, I think, nope, not yet. Some of those other games about 7 minutes away from getting underway across the state is the other 9-man game. The number 1 team in the state.
No, I don't got to go potty.
No,
I'm good.
That's what happens sometimes when you do that. Is Lemoore, Litchfield Marion getting set to take on Bottineau. That is a 2 o'clock kick.
That's a new one, right?
Yeah.
At least it's clean.
Well, that's exactly right. It's better than, I can tell you, going back in the day when my dad was doing this, when one of your colleagues is using the restroom and he happens to go in there with the microphone on.
Whoopsie.
On live air. So that was a no-no. Here we go.
Not good.
Second down and goal to go from the 2. Wolding barks out the signals. Wolding back to pass, looking. He's going to throw to Rude, and Rude caught it. Touchdown flag comes in, and I think it's going to be pass interference against Landon Carter. So the touchdown will count for the Holsteins.
Well, good call. It was man-to-man on the outside. Landon Carter had Dylan Rude. Rude started like a hard little stick route right inside and then stopped and busted to the outside, and a really nice throw by Ty Wolding, lofted it in the air, and Dylan Rude ran underneath it even after he was held by Landon Carter. So good call by Coach Kleingen.
So the Holsteins, a 2-point conversion away at tying this one up with 25 seconds left to play in the half. Luke Stern, the offensive coordinator for the Holsteins, as it appears. Well, yeah, they have not. I don't know why they haven't.
What's going on? Is it just you think in New Salem there's a clock operator? If anything, they'd put 8 points up there, not 0. Can't see what the officials are discussing.
What happened there?
There it is.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Some confusion.
Yeah, well, I saw the official kind of go like this, but I don't know that the clock operator did. So forever it was I had 20. I had put 6 up on our scoreboard. So here we go. Holsteins a 2-point conversion away at tying this one up. Wolding sets him down. They got the big fella Hines in the backfield. Wolding, they fake it to him. They give it to Norton going left. Norton the surge, and no. Norton did not get in. So with 25 seconds to go here in the opening half of play on the BNC Bank scoreboard, it is Cavalier 22, the Holsteins 20, back with the kickoff after this touchdown timeout.
I'm Rachel Kringstead.
And I'm Jacob Kringstead.
And we are Polar customers.
At Safety Pool, we work directly with our customers to find solutions that work for them.
As small business owners, we wear a lot of hats. We handle so much of our customers' information every day that we don't feel comfortable being our own IT department.
With Polar taking care of our IT, we can focus on taking care of our customers.
Call today or visit polarcom.com to protect your customers' data with Polar Extreme IT.
Yeah, welcome back to New Salem, North Dakota, as a touchdown by the Holsteins makes it 22-20 on our BNC Bank scoreboard.
Now 17 plays, 8 minutes, and 46 seconds to go 65 yards. So good drive.
Wolding's going to kick it off, and it's going to be fielded by Carter at the 15, 20. Now angles back toward the sideline. He's going to be brought down at the 22-yard line. Ethan Mayer makes a stop there for the Holsteins. So the Tornadoes will have 20.4 seconds left to go in this opening half. See if they can put something together. I don't know how crazy they're going to probably get deep in their own territory, as they're going to spot the ball on the 23-yard line. And the Holsteins are going to defend that deep pass, Chuck.
Yeah, way back. You also now have, who also came in here now for New Salem, Ryland Sapir.
Clem barks out the signals. Clem rolling to his right. Clem on the move. Looking back across the field. Clem still on the move. Throws it underneath, and it's going to be caught at the 40, spitting off a tackle and pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Goes DeMars, and clock stops with 10 seconds to play.
That's a good play and a good route. His quarterback, Bryson Clem, rolled to his outside at all kinds of time, and then DeMars just settled about 15 yards downfield.
Well, I think too, Chuck, it was the patience of Clem on that one, too, to let DeMars get in the spot he needed him.
Absolutely.
So 10 seconds left to go in this opening half. 22-20. Tornadoes lead on the BNC Bank scoreboard. They motion out of the backfield. That is Clem back to pass. Clem throws it across the middle. He's got a man caught at the 40 and ripped down there by Dylan Rude. On the reception was Carter. Quick, and just like that with 3.5, a quick timeout comes out by Coach Mitch Greenwood.
Landon Carter lines up in the slot, just trying straight up field, finds a hole in the defense. Good throw by quarterback Clem.
Well, it looks like Carter lost his play cards or something. As there is a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. Reminder, the PSP Network is proud to promote local athletes. Help us grow the promotion of these athletes. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to PSP Network on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. PSP Network, it's game day.
Well, back-to-back 20-yard plays puts them in a situation where, boy, with you got one play left.
Yep.
You got some good playmakers in Steele and DeMars and obviously Hinkle and Carter. So maybe it's a hook and ladder potentially, Scott, or surely
well, we've seen
deep
crazier
pass.
things, Chuck. That's for sure.
Yeah, they get 20-yard pass to DeMars and a 20-yard pass to Landon Carter. Bryson Clem's good first half, 7 of 10, 101 yards.
As the Tornadoes get their instructions, the Holsteins get their instructions. 3 D-backs lined up across the 20-yard line. We'll see what Clem elects to do here as they motion Steele out of the backfield. Clem, they throw it back past to Hinkle. Hinkle's looking to throw it. They're trying to get crazy. Now he throws it back to Clem, and Clem turns upfield 35-30, angles to the far side. Clem on the move, and Clem, he's going to option it to Carter to the 15, Carter to the 10, and brought down at the 5-yard line. And what a wild end to the opening half of play here as the Tornadoes did all they could to get it in the end zone, and Carter got his helmet knocked off. Is coming in there to make the stop. Was that Kuhn, I do believe?
Kuhn came in from behind and just absolutely drilled him, but what a kind of funky play. First you throw it to Hinkle behind the line. Hinkle then throws a pass to the quarterback, Clem, who turns into a receiver, and he runs all the way across the field about 25 yards, and then he pitches it back to Landon Carter. Carter moves upfield, and then he just gets smoked from behind by Kuhn. So good play to end the first half.
Yes, it certainly was. Well, we've got 2 quarters in the books here in our 9-man state semifinal game, and we've got 2 more to go, and we'll have those for you right here on the PSP Network as we are at halftime. On the BNC Bank scoreboard, it is the Tornadoes 22, the Holsteins 20. Back with our halftime show after this timeout.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Purchase 4 eligible Firestone tires and receive up to $120 in a prepaid Visa gift card. Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
This North Dakota State semifinal 9-man playoff football game on the PSP Network is brought to you by West River Telephone, Nodak Insurance Company, Scott Wilkins, Rude's I-94 Mobile, Wolding Ranch, Holding Farms, North Star Community Credit Union, Napa Auto Parts, Cross on a Bench Meats, Sweet Briar Creek Ranch, Polar Communications, Rocking H Livestock, and the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites in Fargo.
Yeah, welcome back to New Salem, North Dakota. Chuck Claremont, Scott Woodmansey, Todd Domrey's with you in New Salem. Glad to have you aboard as we are at halftime, where the Tornadoes lead the Holsteins 22-20 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. And Chuck, nonetheless, I guess interesting first half of play by both these two teams.
Yeah, I would say that both teams surely opened it up. I mean, we were kind of expecting, I thought, some good hard running. But initially, we got that later on. But early on, it was the pass plays, these two teams executing some deep passes. So, the coaches are going to be talking about that. I'm sure Coach Kleingen initially probably said to these guys, hey, what happened to not letting anybody behind you? The first two possessions, two guys got behind them. And that'll definitely be something they'll have to try to clean up on defense.
Well, I can tell you right now, you can tell that something's being said by Coach Kleingen when he's standing 15 yards back from where his team is. His hat is off. You know that there's something being said there by Coach Kleingen. On the other side of the field, Mitch Greenwood's got his kids down there, but certainly a great afternoon here out in New Salem, Chuck, and we wouldn't expect anything less than a game like this, 22-20. And as I said early in the first half, this one could literally come down to who's got the ball last. And more importantly, when you look at it, that was a big drive for New Salem to go in and score because they get the football coming out of the halftime break.
Yeah, and it's a hard-fought game. You expected it. You got two undefeated teams, number 2 versus number 3, that both teams playing very well. They very well coached. Like the quarterbacks on both sides, a lot of confidence, a lot of athletic kids. So it's kind of what we expected. And I was kind of thought high scoring with 9-man, and a lot of times you'll see that, and you'll see these two teams are scoring at a high clip. Both teams over 40 points a game. So as good as their defenses is, I know they say defense wins championships, but offense, both these two teams are showing that they've got a lot of firepower.
Yep, well, as we said, also just underway, the other 9-man championship game just kicking off at 2 o'clock. That's Lemoore, the 9-man semifinal game, I should say. Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, and Botno, as that one just kicked off. And then on the 11B side of things, Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Bishop Ryan will kick it off at 4. That'll be up in Hillsborough. And Kindred and Bowman County just kicking off down in Kindred. That was a 2 o'clock kick as well, and we'll try to update you on that as we can.
I was looking at some photos of Bowman County, and their fans it is an absolute jam-packed in their fans.
Yeah.
So everybody's
the
coming
Bulldogs
out.
Travel.
Hey, and you're talking about deer hunting season right now, and I promise you, there probably was nobody working yesterday at noon. Maybe out trying to get that first walk to get their deer, but ultimately, everybody is there at the game now and cheering on their Bulldogs.
Yeah, they are. As a colleague, we got a kind of a little bit of a lean in that one as one of our former colleagues, Nick Walker, the head coach there. So certainly rooting for Nick and hope we get a chance to see him next Friday down in Fargo at the Dakota Bowl. So good luck to the Bowman County Bulldogs. We're at halftime here in New Salem. We're on the BNC Bank scoreboard. The Tornadoes from Cavalier lead New Salem Almont by a score of 22-20. We'll take another timeout. We come back. Chuck Claremont will have the first half individual and team numbers. You're listening to the state 9-man semifinals and watching on the PSP Network. Back with more after this timeout.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust,
Like our convenient online banking.
along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities.
Comes back away down to Off-Root, and Off-Root sends it forward to Luck. Luck's got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Luck dropped it back. Morellington shoots. He scores! Oh, what a twisted wrister from Morelli. He made no doubt about it. Short-handed goal for the Magi. They lead 2-0.
Welcome back to New Salem. Chuck Claremont, Scott Woodmansey with you. Todd Domry is running video as we're at halftime. The Tornadoes lead the Holsteins 22-20. For a look at the first half individual and team numbers, here's Chuck.
All right, thanks, Scott. First for the Holsteins, 16 carries already in the first half for Ty Wolding for 71 yards. He had a 9-yard touchdown run. Cody Orgerwin has 8 carries for 19 yards. Brock Norton has 2 for 15. Dylan Root had 1. Got tackled in the backfield for -4. Then Weston Kuhn had 1 carry for 8 yards. Wolding passing, 2 of 5, 94 yards, including a 79-yarder in their first drive of the game to Dylan Root. Root also caught the other pass of 15 yards, so Root's got both catches for 94 yards for the Holsteins. For the Cavalier Tornadoes, it wasn't rushing that they really got him a long way. They had some big plays. Trevor Hinkle, 4 carries. He had 47 yards rushing on those 4 plays. The last 2 times he touched it, he went 24 yards and 21 took it to the house. Bryson Clem, the quarterback, 6 carries, 16 yards for him. He did get sacked once for a loss of 8 yards. Bryson Clem from the quarterback spot, 7 of 10, 101 yards, has 2 touchdowns, one a 90-yarder to Landon Carter, and the other one a 56-yarder to Trevor Hinkle. Carter, 2 catches in the first half for 110 yards. Hinkle also has 2 receptions for 68 yards. Caden DeMars, 2 receptions for 30. Jake Steele, 1 for 5. And then the quarterback, Clem, he had a reception for 30. We give him 31 yards to end that first half. So Hinkle, I guess I didn't count him, as he would have been 1 for 1 for 31 yards in that first half. Team statistics. First for Cavalier, or excuse me, let's go first for New Salem. 28 rushing plays, 109 yards. Cavaliers had 10 rushes for 63 yards. 2 for 5 throwing, as we mentioned, 8 for 11 overall for Cavalier. Passing yards, 94 for New Salem, 132 yards for the Tornadoes. So 33 total plays for New Salem. They had 203 yards, and 21 plays for 195 yards for the Tornadoes. Each team had 1 punt, 47-yarder for Wolding, and then Hinkle had a 35-yarder. Well played first half, just 2 penalties for New Salem and 1 for Cavalier. 7 first downs, including 5 on that long touchdown drive for New Salem, and 5 first downs for Cavalier. There was 1 sack as Tayson Klatt had a sack, an 8-yard sack, as we talked about that. No interceptions, a couple tackles for losses. The scoring plays in that first half, Dylan Root on the first possession for the Holsteins, as first the Cavalier Tornadoes got stopped. They ended up punting the football. We thought it might have been a punt, a fumble, but the officials said it was not. We thought it hit the head of Grensteiner. But fortunately for New Salem, they got the football, and just 3 plays into it, went 79 yards to Dylan Root. And then there was a Cody Irwin run, making an 8-0. And just 3 plays later, 3 plays later, there was that 90-yard touchdown reception or pass to Carter as he took it to the house. He got behind the New Salem defense. The run was no good, making an 8-6 with 6:49 to go in that first half. The Tornadoes held New Salem in their next possession. And then on the very next possession, they go 66 yards, and a 56-yard touchdown pass to Hinkle. Then it was a DeMar's 2-point conversion, making it 14-8. That was the end of the first quarter. New Salem wasn't to be denied as they came back. Wolding had a 9-yard run to make it 14-14 after the pass was no good. Cavaliers come back on their next possession. Hinkle takes a 21-yard run into it. Then he gets a reception, a 2-point conversion, making it 22-14 at the 9-minute and 19-second mark. And then New Salem on their last possession of the first half, they take it 65 yards. It took them 8 minutes and 46 seconds, 17 plays. Rude with a pass on fourth down, a 2-yard reception, and then the run was no good. So at the halftime, Scotty, we got 22-20 the Cavaliers in a high scoring, lots of yards, 200 yards plus for both teams in that first half.
Yeah. Take her off mute there, and now we're ready to go just like that, huh? As the Tornadoes kick it away. And Rude's got to go run it down back by his goal line. Picks up at the 5 angles on the near side. He's being pursued. Gets a great block. 15, 20, 25. Down to the 25 to the 27-yard line. What a big block he got there. Landon Carter makes a stop. Ooh, I got to catch my breath, Charlie.
Yeah. So good thing it wasn't me that was been running. As good job. But first a kick that went over the head of Rude. He picked it up. And sometimes when broken plays like that, time and time again, we see good things happen as Rude takes it from the very left corner almost by the inside the 1-yard line, and he takes it all the way across field to the 28-yard line. So
it's
good
warm
result
out there too, by the way.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So the Holsteins start 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line to start the second half. As Wolding fakes the handoff, he's going to keep it. Goes left, puts his head down, runs over one defender, and fights his way out close to the 35 as he went right over the top of Jake Steele.
Jake Steele tried to hit him right in a square, and Wolding showed that he can pack a punch as he lowered his shoulder, ran right over the top of Steele, picked up 7 yards on that play.
So it'll be second down. They got 4 on the board, but we'll call it 2nd and 3 for the Holsteins. Just underway, third quarter, as Wolding's going to keep it again, goes straight up the middle, cuts back, spins off a tackle at the 40, still on his feet, and he's run down at the 45-yard line. So Ty Wolding running the show here in the early going for the Holsteins. Bryson Clem makes a stop there for the Tornadoes. First down at the 45-yard line for the Holsteins.
Well, all-purpose yards, Wolding. He's got 182 yards right now, and he just is stealing the show, so to speak, Scott, as he's taken upon himself. And I think that's what Coach Kleingen does with these kids, too, is he kind of goes to the hot hand.
Yep, that's exactly right. As it'll Wolding on 1st and 10 from the 45. Out of the shotgun comes Ty Wolding. Wolding's going to keep it, going left, sets up his blockers, and now he angles back right, and he's out near the midfield stripe at the 49-yard line. Goes Ty Wolding. Good gain there on first down for the Holsteins. Bring up second down and 6 after a gain of 4 by Ty Wolding. 10:27 left to go. Third quarter of play on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 22-20. Tornadoes lead it. Wolding, 2 receivers left, single receiver right. Ball spotted, right hash. Short side of the field. Wolding barks out the signals. Wolding back to pass. He's looking for Rude on an out. He's got him. Caught in Tornado territory and run down at the 48-yard line. On the stop was Landon Carter. So not a lot of space there for Rude to do what he does best, but
no, they got him out in space, but just good closing by Landon Carter, as before Rude got a chance to turn and get upfield. Carter was right there to rip him down.
Third down and 3 now for the Holsteins from the Tornado 47-yard line. Wolding sends receivers, 2 to the left, single receiver right. Wolding out of the shotgun. He's going to keep it, comes right, cuts back inside, and he's stood up there. And Demetrius Avila wraps him up, and boy.
Seemed like a little bit of extracurricular at the end. But Wolding, the thing is, he doesn't stop running.
Yeah, that's true.
So even when the whistle was blown, he didn't stop his feet. He kept churning, so Avila kind of pulled him backwards. But good job by that defense as they really flooded that right side and forced Wolding to try to go back to his left, and there was nothing doing there.
Well, and Coach Kleingen's not going to gamble at this stage, as he has it been 4th and 6 from midfield, so they're going to punt it away. And Wolding's going to punt it. That's Carter back to receive it. Pretty good kick, and it's going to roll. Carter's going to field it. Angle to the far sideline. He's at the 30, 35. Spins his way across the 40, still on his feet, and right out of bounds there at the 44-yard line goes Landon Carter. So here come the Tornadoes for their first time in the second half, as they will have it 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line.
30-yard punt.
Boy, you got that mic right in somebody's pocket?
They keep changing, Now we got a lady with a loud voice. We're right down in the field, Scott.
Yeah, exactly. As now
people in front of our sign. Can we get like a blowhorn right there? Are you gonna get a and then they
press a button from up here?
Exactly.
1st and 10 for the Tornadoes from their own 44-yard line. They lead it 22-20 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Bryson Clem, they motion Hinkle out of the backfield. Fakes it. Clem's going to keep it. Angles right, cuts back left, and picks up a few there. Does Clem. As he's out near midfield, they're going to spot it just shy at the 48. Wyatt and Weston Kuhn on the stop there for the Holsteins.
The Kuhn brothers on the sandwich right there.
They're going to give him a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Tornadoes. Clem sends 2 receivers right. Clem works out of the shotgun. They fake it to Hinkle. Clem keeps it. And he's going to get a yard, maybe 2, as he might have got inside Holstein territory. A.J. Hines makes a stop as they spotted at the Holstein 49-yard line.
Well, it's a good pull because it was a fake handoff to Hinkle, and Hinkle got blown up in the backfield. But the quarterback smartly pulled it, turned upfield, drug big number 50, A.J. Hines.
So 3rd down and a short 2 now for the Tornadoes. They give it Hinkle, and he stiff arms one tackler, and he's going to be brought down for a loss. Back into Tornado territory, back at the 48-yard line. Good defensive pursuit there by the Holsteins. And now what's Mitch Greenwood going to do here? Is he going to roll the dice?
Yeah, loss of 4 on the play. You're right. Everybody was just blitzing and blitz 2 linebackers into the play. When the perfect side. Good call by the defensive coordinator for the Holsteins.
Well, Mitch Greenwood believes in his offense, and it appears he's going to go for it on 4th down and 6 to go. Clem out of the shotgun. Clem rolling to his left, still on the move, throws it underneath. It's going to be incomplete. And the intended receiver there was Ty Holmquist. And Clem telling him, hey, man, you got to do something different, but he didn't. And so a big defensive stand there for the Holsteins.
Well, in the backfield, I think it was Norton who had blitzed, or excuse me, Irwin who had blitzed and was in the face of the quarterback, forced Clem to throw it earlier than he wanted to, as he had Ty Holmquist who had just got past the marker for a 1st down, and that's what he was looking back going, man, I had a 1st down.
Threw it short, yeah.
Yeah, one-hopped him.
So now the Holsteins take it over on down. 6:45 left to go, 3rd quarter, 22-20, Holsteins trail. Wolding barks out the signals. They give it Norton coming right, cuts back inside. He's into Tornado territory, across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. Hinkle and Enerson on the stop there for the Tornado, but not after a good gain there by Norton into Cavalier territory.
Yeah, Norton went to the right side, and he got past that first line, and then Trevor Hinkle jumped up on his back. And he just got carried by Norton. Just a freshman is Brock Norton.
This afternoon's game brought to you in part by the Medicine Shop of Bismarck. They're proud to support local athletics. The Medicine Shop offers free delivery. You can get your flu shot at the Medicine Shop. 2nd and 5 for the Holsteins. Wolding barks out the signals. Norton stands alongside him. Wolding back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. He's on the move. Angles to the near sideline. 30, pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. I stand corrected. So you can't even see the number. That is the 40. So now 35, they're going to say he's down at the 33-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. So good play there by quarterback Ty Wolding. So the Holsteins on the move again. 1st and 10 from the Tornado 33-yard line, trailing 22-20 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
I just like Wolding, just a good decision. There was nobody open, so he just tucked it and ran it, showed his speed, picked up 11 yards and a 1st down.
Rude split right, Kuhn wide left. Wolding Hands off, Norton going left, breaks one tackler. Norton on the move. He's carrying tacklers with him, and he is across the 30-yard line, and he's down to the 28, and a big boy run there by Brock Norton, the freshman from New Salem.
Well, we saw this a couple weeks ago, Scott, where Norton, the second half, it was Irwin, it was Wolding. They were the guys getting the touches. Now you bring in a fresh guy in Norton. Last week he had 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. A week before that he had 90 yards and a touchdown. And this is kind of the same thing. Like the second half is the Norton show.
So it'll be a second down and 5:17 left to go, third quarter. Quickly to the line of scrimmage come the Holsteins. Wolding, quick snap. Wolding back to pass, finds Rude. Rude caught in space, tries to make a move, angles to the sideline, and he's going to be brought down at the 20-yard line is Dylan Rude, and that's going to be a first down for the Holsteins at the Tornado 20-yard line.
Rude lined up on that outside, and he had space between him and Landon Carter, so just a quick stop route. The quarterback hit him right away, and it was man-to-man. And give Landon Carter credit, Scott, is he doesn't tackle him. Rude could go all the way, but he pulled him down with a single-leg takedown.
So 1st and 10 from the Tornado 20, 5:05 left to go on the BNC Bank scoreboard, 22-20. Holsteins trail by 2, looking to take the lead in this one. Wolding out of the gun. Wolding coming left. He's going to flip it to Rude. Rude, he's got blockers. Rude to the sideline, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds on a good open field tackle there by Trevor Hinkle on the end around, and be a good gain of, that'd be gain about 7 on the carry there by Rude. Bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Holsteins.
Nicely designed play as the quarterback goes down the line to the left side and just options it, little flips it with the left hand as Rude's coming back to his right side. I just love the long strides he has when he runs.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't look like he's moving fast, but he's churning up yards.
2nd down and 3 to go. Wolding barks out the signals. Wolding, he's going to keep it going. We got a good block from Norton. Still on the move over the left side. Ball comes out. It's loose, and it's going to be picked up by the Tornadoes. And on top of that one was Jake Steele, and a big defensive play there by Cavalier as the Holsteins were on their way in. It appeared to the end zone, but the ball comes loose, and the Tornadoes pick it up.
He bounced off a number of tacklers, and then he was probably inside the 5-yard line. Got spun to his left, and when he did it, the ball kind of was in his right arm. It got hit. It got moved forward. Then it got kicked, and Jake Steele picked it up on the one hop at about the 2-yard line and returned it, out of the shadow of his end zone to the 15. So a huge play right there.
So the Tornadoes come up with their 2nd turnover of the afternoon, and they will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Clem sends 2 receivers left. Now they motion Steele out of the backfield. Clem back to pass. He's looking left. They throw it underneath, and they throw it to Hinkle coming near side. Gets a block. Stiff arm there on Grinsteiner. He's out of bounds. Is Hinkle at the 35-yard line.
Nice design play as Hinkle was in the backfield. It's a little halfback pass. They throw it to him, and a good block by the receiver on that right side. I couldn't see it. I think it was Holmquist as he got a block and allowed the receiver Hinkle to get outside, pick up almost 15 yards on that play, Scott.
4:03 left to go. Third quarter of play on the BNC Bank scoreboard. The Tornadoes lead it 22-20. Clem on 1st and 10 from his own 34-yard line. Clem fakes. He's going to keep it. And he's angling to the side. He's got some breaking tackles at the 40. He's spinning off at the 42-yard line. But hang on, a flag comes in back here at the 35-yard line. And that's going to go against, the preliminary indication is against Cavalier.
Holding, that's the first holding penalty we've seen tonight. The official on the outside saw that clearly, as I think it was one of the outside receivers who had came up and had his hands outside the shoulder pads. So to go back from the 25-yard line, Scott, that's where the flag happened, or I guess that's a 35, right?
Yep, that's a 35, exactly. I got to talk to him about some field paint, Chuck. This afternoon's game brought to you, Charlie. Brought to you by Tires Plus.
Nice.
When shopping for tires, shop Tires Plus, all brands under one roof. With the guaranteed lowest prices and their service after the sale with Tires Plus plan. You can't go wrong with Tires Plus. Visit them online at TiresPlusND.com. First down and a whole bunch for the Tornadoes from the Holstein 26-yard line. Boy, the Holsteins like to come up with a turnover here. Clem barks out the signals, rolling to his right. He's under pressure from the backside. Ooh, gets a block at the last minute, throws it underneath, and it's going to be dropped at the 36-yard line as he had wide open in the middle of the field. That was DeMars. And, boy, what a block he got, because that would have been a sack for about another loss of 12 yards for the Holsteins.
Jake Steele took out two guys. He had Irwin and he had A.J. Hines breathing down the neck of the quarterback, Bryson Clem, and then Steele turned back and took out both of them.
So second down and 18 for the Tornadoes. 3.5 to go, third quarter of play. Cavalier leads 22-20 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Here comes Clem. Clem looking right. They throw out in the flat, and it's caught and dropped by Ty Holmquist.
That was a good play on the outside, Scott, as they tried a little wide receiver screen as Holmquist. And even if he would have caught it, I don't think anything would have happened because Wyatt Kuhn was out there in the play, and he had just went right through the blocker and got into the face of the Holmquist, the receiver.
Well, Coach Klangen was jumping over here on the sideline screaming something, and it worked in his favor there, whatever that was. So we got to bring a fly swatter next time, huh?
Well, we got flies. We got
third down and
box
18.
elder bugs.
Now they motion Hinkle out of the backfield. Clem back to pass. He steps up. He's under pressure. He runs around two guys, and now he just flips it up in the air, and it's going to be incomplete. Does a flag come out?
No, I don't know if he was saying he was down.
Oh.
I think he might have said, the one official might have said he had him in the grasp, and we'll see what the call is. But no matter what happened, I thought it was a good play by Clem. It looked like he just tried to get rid of it, but the officials are going to say nope. His forward progress was stopped. Somebody had a hold of him. I think it was Hines. So that's a big loss back to the 16-yard line.
Yes, it is. So it's going to be obviously a punt situation. And Hinkle on to punt it away. Dylan Rude stands at midfield, awaits the punt from Hinkle. Now here comes a flag.
Now what?
And now they're going to be a false start. They're going to take 5 more back.
The left foot kicker.
So what turned?
Hinkle?
Yeah, a big turnover by the Holsteins now is putting them real close back to where they started as they mark 5 off. 2:43 to go, quarter number 3. 22-20. The Tornadoes lead it. Hinkle awaits the snap. High snap. Hinkle, the left-footed kicker, angles it towards the Holstein sideline, and it takes a bounce out of bounds, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 49-yard line of the Tornadoes, and that is where New Salem Almont will take over. Reminder, we'll have our planning team financial postgame show. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit us online at planningteam.com. 2:24 left to play here in quarter number 3, 22-20. The Tornadoes lead it. The Holsteins have the football as Wolding works out of the shotgun. Wolding, snap, hands off Norton, going left, cuts back inside, bounce off a tackle, and he's going to be ripped down by his jersey. Flag comes in, and it might be a face mask against the Tornadoes.
It was a really, really late flag, but it might have been the right flag, Scott. Is it either that or it was a late hit? It was
or was it a horse collar?
I don't know what it. I thought it was. He had his jersey and he was trying to pull him down. The officials are talking about it. It was a 1-yard run by Brock Norton. And they're going to call a face mask, so that'll be that's an inadvertent face mask, so they'll just give him 5 yards on it.
Yep, so that moves it down to the 46-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Holsteins in Cavalier territory, trailing this one 22-20 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 2:09 left to go in quarter number 3. Boy, I'll tell you what, a lot of scoring in the first half, nothing yet in the second half. Wolding goes under center. Wolding fakes it. They give off Irvin the up back, and Irvin is tripped up as he falls forward close to the first down marker. Trevor Hinkle makes a stop there for Cavalier. It'll be second down, and we'll call it 2 to go for the Holsteins.
Hinkle again. He's in double-digit tackles, no doubt, for the game, and he's smart. He uses his 5'8" frame. He goes down low, waist below, cuts your legs out right from underneath you.
Second down is short now for the Holsteins. Wolding, he's going to give it Irwin going left. Irwin got the first down, and he's down to the 40-yard line. As the clock stops, they reset the chains.
Good push on that left side. Again, they're flipping Hines left and right, strong side, weak side. This time he was on the left side, and that's exactly where they ran.
Wolding comes over and gets the play call from offensive coordinator Luke Stern. And back to the huddle he goes. Clock winds, do 1:05 to play, third quarter. A quick third quarter of play it's been, as a majority of it's been on the ground. Wolding fakes it, Irwin. He gets to Norton. Norton, he's got room. Norton cuts back inside. Norton in open field, and Norton fighting his way, still on his feet. And he keeps going and going and going, and he's down close to the 20-yard line. Oh, Brock Norton keeps on churning.
Misdirection. They fake the handoff to Norton coming to the left, and then Irwin takes it and shows his shiftiness. Little stop-start move, gets to the outside. Then as Landon Carter trying to rip the ball out from underneath him instead of tackling him, and Irwin just kept pushing forward.
30 seconds to go as Wolding sets him down again. 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz by the Tornadoes. They give it to Irwin over the left side. Picks up. Would the ball come out again?
I think so, but they're going to say the ball was on the ground. The officials stop it. Steele has been hitting Wolding so much. After Wolding gave the handoff to Irwin, he turned and he actually blocked Steele. Going to give him a two-handed shiver like, get out of my face.
And that's going to end the third quarter of play here in New Salem. On the BNC Bank scoreboard, it's Cavalier 22, the Holsteins 20. We'll be back for the fourth and final quarter after this timeout on the PSP Network.
This North Dakota State semifinal 9-man playoff football game on the PSP Network is brought to you by West River Telephone, Nodak Insurance Company, Scott Wilkins, Rude's I-94 Mobile, Wolding Ranch, Wolding Farms, North Star Community Credit Union, Napa Auto Parts, Cross on a Bench Meats, Sweet Briar Creek Ranch, Polar Communications, Rocking H Livestock, and the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites in Fargo.
Welcome back to New Salem, where we enter the fourth and final quarter of this one here. And the winner will advance to the Dakota Bowl next week in Fargo for the 9-man state championship game on 2nd down and 9 for the Holsteins. Wolding out of the gun. Wolding back to pass. He looks, throws underneath. He's got a man that's going to be caught by Borneman, and he's going to be driven down for a short gain as Evan Borneman getting his first reception of the ball game.
Yeah, just 4 catches of the season for 81 yards. But out pattern, Borneman comes in, spells one of the Coons, and just goes to the sidelines.
Yes.
Wolding hits him.
The minimal gain, so bring up a 3rd down and 6 now for the Holsteins. Just underway, quarter number 4. Wolding back to pass. Wolding looks left. He throws. It's going to be caught. And turning upfield is Kuhn. And it appears he's got the first down from our vantage point. Yep. That was Wyatt Kuhn, the 6'3", 180-pound freshman.
They spread him out. Usually he's playing to the tight end side. This time tight end. This time he kind of moved out into the pattern. It was an outside receiver. Good fastball throw by Ty Wolding. Then Wyatt Kuhn's tough to bring down.
Yes, it is. So that'll be a 1st down and goal to go from the 10-yard line for the Holsteins. Wolding brings him out. Receiver split left and right. Wolding barks out the signals. They give it to Norton. Goes right, cuts back inside. He's tripped up, but he picked up about 3 on the carry down to the 7-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and goal to go from the 7.
It was kind of an inadvertent trip. I don't think that it was actually 64 for the Tornadoes. No, they don't have a 64,
No,
so
they
never
don't.
mind. Maybe it's a 62. It was Colton Hurst as he stepped on his ankle as Hurst was facing the other way.
2nd down and goal to go from the 7-yard line. Wolding, Norton stands alongside him. Wolding keeps it, goes straight up the middle, puts his head down, and he's across the 5 down to the 4.
Steele decleats him again. Yeah. No wonder he's trying to hit him because he's taking the brunt of the punishment as he's got to hit him right in the hip as he faked that handoff and went to the left side as there was a block down from A.J. Hines. There was an opening right there, and then Steele came from the side out of nowhere and just absolutely upended him.
And Wolding showing a little hitch in his giddy up, but they're going to say it's at the 2, huh? 3rd and goal to go from the 2. This time Wolding's going to go under center. Wolding, he's going to keep it as the surge, and it appears he's in, and yes, he is. Ty Wolding from 2 yards out, and the Holsteins regain the lead at 26-22 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
I call that the surf play. As Wolding gets it, just kind of jumps up on the wave, and then lets everybody just push him into the end zone.
Oh, the surf play. I love it. I love it, Charlie. 26-22 on Wolding's 3-yard touchdown plunge, and the 2-point conversion awaits. And a big one it would be. We'll see here as Dylan Rude gets the play from Luke Stern. Oh, there's a box elder bug.
Oh, man, I tell you.
Boy, I'll tell you what, got guys listening to shout out Chris Geist tuning in.
No way.
Huh? How about that? Welcome aboard, young man. Here we go, 26-22. 2-point conversion, Wolding fakes it. Now he's going to throw it. Rude climbs the ladder, goes up, catches it, gets a late hit from Carter, and the 2-point conversion is good. 9:40 to go on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Holsteins 28, Cavalier 22. We'll be back with more on the PSP Network after this timeout.
The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. At Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Well, Ty Wolding gives the Holsteins a lead at 28-22 with 9:40 to go here in the ballgame. The first score of the second half, as this afternoon's game also brought to you in part by Chuppy Clinic. Chuppy Clinic offers more than basic adjustments of the spine. Chuppy Clinic is concerned about the overall health and wellness of each patient and offer care and services to meet the greater demands of current health needs. Find them online at chuppy.com. Also, folks, you can enjoy a variety of room types, including their fabulous 2-story presidential suite, complimentary deluxe breakfast, indoor water playland, area shuttle service, and much more. Call now, reserve the presidential suite at the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites in Fargo, 701-282-5777. Here's a kick picked up by Carter to the 20, 25, and Carter on the move, and he's going to be brought down by a host of black shirts at the 30-yard line. And that's where the Tornadoes will take over 1st and 10.
So that drive, Scott, started on the 48-yard line, and it still took 10 plays, 4 minutes and 47 seconds. They go 52 yards. They got 3 first downs along the way. So just one of those typical slow, methodical drive by the New Salem Holsteins.
Yep, and that's exactly
New Salem Almont.
New Salem Almont Holsteins.
Almont Holsteins.
You know, it's a good question. We'll have to ask somebody. Is it Almont or Elmont?
Tomato. I don't know.
We'll find out.
How many people live in Almont?
Elmont. Quite. You never know.
Doesn't matter. If there's
doesn't matter.
It matters to the 2 that are there, right?
That's right. Here's the Tornadoes on 1st and 10 and going nowhere. Is going to be Jake Steele as he is swarmed under, and leading the way there was Weston Kuhn along with A.J. Hines, and that's going to be loss of 3 for the Tornadoes. It'll bring up 2nd down and 13. 9:13 left to go in the ball game. The winner moves on to the Fargo Dome next Friday for the state 9-man championship game.
Steele got him in the backfield now, Scotty. That's the first time he had ran the ball.
Clem works out of the gun. Two receivers right, single receiver left. They throw it quickly out to Steele. Steele turns upfield. Nope, that's DeMar. That's Holmquist. As Ty Holmquist, boy, he's been looked at a few times, but Chuck, if I'm not mistaken, Meyer makes a stop there. Is that Holmquist's first actual reception of the ball game?
It is. Everybody else has got a catch, it seems like, on the Cavalier Tornado team. So they said, all right, let's get one to tie.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5. Big play here for both sides of the ball. Clem back to pass. They throw it out, and here in the open field, here's Steele, and he's going to be swarmed under at the 35, but hold on. A flag comes in, and it's going to be a procedure penalty against the Tornadoes. And what is Coach Klein going to do here?
I'm almost intended you might want to take that. I mean, you got, was it, let's see, third. Well, it would put with the play getting to the 36-yard line is where, so they're evaluating, saying, do you want 4th and 4, or do you want to take it back to 3rd and? Now they taking it? They're still debating.
Yeah, they're going to take it.
Okay, so now they're going to go back to 3rd down and 10 instead.
Yep, so it'll be 3rd down and 10 now. Reminder, we'll have our Planning Team Financials post-game show after this. We'll have our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game as well. We've got a Hubbard National Insurance timeout on the field. Hubbard National Insurance. Contact your local Hub agents, Leif Olson and Josh Cattell, for your personal insurance needs. 8:43 to go in this one. 28-22. The Holsteins lead this one. We'll be back with more after this timeout on the PSP Network.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
So big play here, 3rd down and 10 for the Tornadoes from their own 30-yard line. 8:43 to go. Clem, bunch formation. Oh, and then they got A.J. Hines to jump on that right side.
Well, they've been going on 1 the entire day, so good call by the first-year head coach, Mitch Greenwood, on a hard count.
Yep, so now that moves it to a 3rd down and 5.
Now can they go back and not take the penalty and say we want 4th and 5?
Clem barks the signals out. Clem rolling to his left. Clem, he throws it across the middle. He's got a man. It's caught. Carter at the 48 turns into Holstein territory and ripped out of bounds. At the 44-yard line goes Carter.
Well, you had Hinkle. It went over the head of Hinkle. Hinkle jumps up in the air thinking it was for him over his 5'7" frame, and then guess what? Landon Carter was through 2 yards behind him. So almost like 500. Hey, Hinkle, he missed. 100-yard catch for Landon Carter. Then he turns upfield and picks up that 1st down.
28-22, 8:33 left to go. 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes from the Holstein 44-yard line.
3 catches, 131 yards for Landon Carter.
Clem out of the pistol. They toss it. Hinkle coming near side. He cuts inside, now back outside. The Holsteins pursue, and good pursuit there by the Holsteins at the 40-yard line. On the stop there was Grinsteiner for the Holsteins. All 5'4", 170 pounds of him. Huh? No, that's right.
He's not 170.
No, that's
I know we have him listed at 170, but nope. I'm guessing he wrestles at about 110 if he's a wrestler.
Yeah. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Clock drips down to 7:55. Bryson Clem, the quarterback, they fake it Hinkle. He rolls out left. He's under pressure. They drop it underneath, and it right there is completed to Jake Steele, and Ty Wolding was right there to meet him after the catch. So now it'll bring up a third down. I don't know if it was a loss there on the – well, they're going to say he got a couple, so it'll be third down, and we'll call it 3 to go for the Tornadoes.
Well, quick hitter to steal, and Jake Wolding or Ty Wolding, he's loving number 5 getting it because he owes him a few as he came flying up and drilled him backwards.
We're going to say third down and 2 for the Tornadoes from the Holstein 36-yard line. Clem out of the gun. Clem back to pass. Looking left. Clem under pressure. Clem still back. Throws underneath. He's got Steele caught at the 30-yard line, and it's going to be enough for a first down, and he's brought down at the 29-yard line by Dylan Rude of the Holsteins.
What a blitz by the linebacker Cody Irwin, but they picked it up, and then good patience by Bryson Clem. Stayed in the pocket, didn't freak out, found a open Landon Carter across the middle for another first down.
28-22, 6:45 to go. The Tornadoes on the move. They've got it 1st and 10 from the Holstein 27-yard line. Clem, twins right, twins left. They throw it out. They give it to Carter in the open field, and he turns upfield, and he's brought down inbounds on the Tornado sideline. Just shy. They're going to spot it right as Cody Irwin as they spot it just shy of the 20-yard line.
Quarterback's on a roll right now, Bryson Clem. They're mixing things up, plays across the middle, swing passes, different things. I like how Coach Mitch Greenwood, who's first-year head coach, but he's been the O coordinator for the last 3 years under retired Sandy Laxdal.
Both teams with 3 timeouts left is Clem on 2nd down and 5. They fake it to Hinkle. Clem straight up the middle, breaking tackles, and he's brought down as he's close to a first down. It appears that he has it. Yep, they do. They signal first down, so it'll be first down for the Tornadoes. 1st and 10 from the Holstein 16-yard line. .540 left to play. Clem trying to get the Tornadoes back to lead. They fake it to Hinkle. He keeps it. Clem goes left, angles the sideline, turns to the pylon, and Clem, did he get in or yep, touchdown.
Boy, what a great fake, Scott. He held that ball for the longest time to Trevor Hinkle until he finally pulled it, and then he put a burst upfield, straight upfield, cut to the left at about the 5-yard line and showed his wheels as he got onto the end zone for a 16-yard touchdown run.
Bryson Clem ties it at 28 and the all-important 2-point conversion here.
Well, they've been running the rollout one side and then throwing it all the way back to the opposite side. Well, so we'll see on that backside right now is Ethan Meyer, and we'll see if Meyer is going to stick with that. So
as they bring it over towards they center it middle of the field. Clem barks out the signals. Holstein showing blitz. Clem's going to keep it. He's going to angle towards the pylon, and I don't think he got in. No, he did not. And the Holsteins, Weston Kuhn, leads the charge, and we are tied at 28. 5:30 to go on the BNC Bank scoreboard. The Holsteins 28, the Tornadoes 28. Don't go away. This one is in the pressure cooker. Back with more after this timeout.
I'm Rachel Kringsted.
And I'm Jacob Kringsted.
And we are Polar customers.
At Safety Pole, we work directly with our customers to find solutions that work for them.
As small business owners, we wear a lot of hats. We handle so much of our customers' information every day that we don't feel comfortable being our own IT department.
With Polar taking care of our IT, we can focus on taking care of our customers.
Call today or visit polarcom.com to protect your customers' data with Polar Extreme IT.
.28 our score, 5.5 left to play in this one in quarter number 4. And Chuck, I made the comment early on, the last team to have the ball could win the football game. Well, we'll see right here as look at this as they're going to look at this lineup here as Grinsteiner and Rude are going to line up. Oh, now Rude goes right. and they kick it opposite. Short kick. It's going to be taken by Irwin, and he's going to get out to the 42-yard line. Good hands there by Cody Irwin. That was, tell you what, that's a tough one for a guy like Dansby Swanson to handle.
Yeah, he kicked it. Wow. He kicked it low down at the shins, and he went down, picked it up off the ground almost, saved it from going way deep in that corner. Good tackle by Mason Carter, the sophomore backup running back.
So here come the Holsteins, 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. 5:26 left to play in the ball game. We're tied at 28 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Wolding out of the gun. Wolding, he's going to keep it, comes left, and he's going to be tripped up. And that's going to be Hinkle again going down low and tripping up Wolding after a gain of a couple down out to the 45-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Holsteins.
Wolding, 25 carries, 118 yards, and he has been hit about 18 of the 25, about knees and below.
Yeah.
He's going to have some bruised shins tomorrow, no thanks to Trevor Hinkle.
2nd down and 9 as Wolding, Irwin, and Norton stand alongside him. They fake it. They give it to Irwin coming left, and Irwin is going to be met right there by Jake Steele on a good defensive play there by Steele.
Steele gets credit for the tackle, but Caden DeMar, Scott, he's the guy who blew the play up. He got in the backfield, totally stuffed the guy who got who had the fake and just ran right into Irwin, brought him down for a loss on the play.
Well, they're going to say it appears no gain, so it's going to bring up a. Was it a loss? Or
yeah, it was 45-yard line the last play.
Yeah,
so just Jacob Steele, these two linebackers, Scott, between Steele and Hinkle, man, they are playing a great game.
3rd down and 9 for the Holsteins. 4:06 left to play in the ball game. Wolding out of the gun. They motion Rude. They fake it to Rude. They throw. They set up. They throw it underneath, and it wrapped up as Sterling Enerson as they find Meyer. And he's going to be wrapped up, and the Holsteins are going to have to punt it away.
They tried for a middle screen, Scott. Took a long time to set up after that fake handoff to Dylan Root on the end around. Got it to Ethan Meyer, but just sniffed out perfectly by Sterling Enerson.
So Wolding to punt it away. Back to receive is Carter. Wolding and a good kick. Carter is going to be able to return it from his 15, 20, 25. And he's at the 30, and he's going to be ripped down at the 30-yard line. And making that stop downfield, that was Caden Tomac. So now the Tornadoes take over with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. We're tied at 28 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
40-yard punt by Wolding.
So now it's the Tornadoes' turn with 3:15 to go. We're tied at 28.
Last guy to have it score is on.
Well, we'll
last
see.
Score wins.
The last score may win this one, as we'll find out.
Well, I guess the last score will win it.
Yeah, sure.
I guess it doesn't always happen. When it's tied, it does.
Clem throws it out. Carter in open space at the 35, and he's brought down at the 39-yard line is Landon Carter.
Well, you got such playmakers in Carter and Hinkle. Yeah, those are the guys they're going to be going to. Obviously, Steele's a playmaker as well.
Clock winds, 2:54 left to play. 2nd down and 4 to go for the Tornadoes from their own 39-yard line. Clem barks out the signals. Clem hands off Hinkle. Hinkle straight up the middle. He's got the 1st down and more across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. Goes Hinkle. Wolding and Irwin make the stop. Clock stops. They move the chains with 2:32 to go.
Boy, the quarterback is doing such a good job. He's got reading those plays. I mean, those are read options. Either he's pulling it from Hinkle or he's keeping it. That time he saw a big hole, gave it to Hinkle. Hinkle picked up 9 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 from the high snap. Clem, he can't get it, and he's going to be swarmed under. Back at the 43-yard line, A.J. Hines making the stop. The high snap there from Avila.
Yeah, just delayed things, right? It went up high.
Yep.
He took his left hand and tipped it to himself, but when he did, it just allowed A.J. Hines to just push forward, grab a hold of the quarterback, number 24, and rip him down.
Second down, loss of 4 to be 2nd and 14. Minute 49 to play. Clem barks out the signals. Clem rolling to his left, sets, throws underneath. He's got a man in Holstein territory at the 45-yard line.
Pulled his helmet off.
Yeah, that is Holmquist.
I think they're going to have him say pulled down just short of the first down. So good play. Holmquist kind of hiding on that sidelines. Quarterback Clem found him, turned upfield, and he got tackled with his helmet off. He kind of grabbed it, held it to the officials like, isn't that a flag?
Yeah, he stayed in bounds too. So it'll be 3rd down and 1. Minute 14 to play. Clem, he's going to keep it going left. Hines, he wraps him up for a loss. What a play there by A.J. Hines. So now it'll be a 4th down and about 4 to go, and we're going to have a Hubbard National Insurance timeout on the field. Hubbard National Insurance located on Burtboat Drive in Northwest Bismarck. We're going to keep it right here, Chuck, with a minute 3 to go in regulation, tied at 28. The PSP Network's official hotel for the Dakota Bowl is the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites in Fargo. Use promo code Dakota and receive 15% off your 2-night stay while in Fargo for the Dakota Bowl. This afternoon's game brought to you in part by Chuppy Clinic. Chuppy Clinic offers more than basic adjustments of the spine. Chuppy Clinic is concerned about the overall health and wellness of each patient and offer care and services to meet the greater demands of the current health needs. Find them online at chuppy.com. Reminder, we'll have our Sport Clips MVP of the game and Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game coming up at the conclusion of this one.
Scott, I think you got to get the quarterback on a rollout. Clem, he's just so smart. He reads the play, maybe flood a zone, one guy in the flat, one guy in the secondary, and you roll your quarterback out to the left. Let's see, where's the ball marked on the left hash? So it's perfect for him as a right-handed quarterback. You roll him out to the right side, and you give him that run-pass option.
Well, here we go with a minute 3 to go. It's 4th down and 3 to go for the Tornadoes from the Holstein 46-yard line. Clem sends 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Clem out of the shotgun. Clem rolling to his right. Clem now back to his left. He's swarmed under. He throws it high, and it's picked off by Kuhn. Kuhn turns upfield. He's on the move. He's in the midfield, and Kuhn is pushed out of bounds at the midfield stripe, and the Holsteins needed a big play, and they got one by Wyatt Kuhn, the freshman from New Salem, Almont.
Well, Levi Becker, what a job for him. It was a design rollout, Scott, but Becker got upfield so much from his left defensive end spot, it forced the quarterback to roll back to his left, and when he did, he stopped. He tried to jump pass in the air, and when he do it, the ball just kind of sailed on him, and right there was Weston Kuhn, or Wyatt Kuhn, right?
Wyatt
Kuhn, the freshman.
So 51.7 seconds to play in regulation. Both teams have 3 timeouts left. The Holsteins have the ball. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line of the Tornadoes. Wolding sends 2 receivers left, single receiver right. Wolding barks out the signals. Whoa, and what's that going to be? Is that going to be offsides?
It looked to me like DeMars was across the line
first.
It
sure did
Scott,
to me. Yes, it did.
And then Hines just came off the line with him. We'll see what the officials say.
I think that's encroachment.
If this is in professional football, it is, because the offensive lineman can adjust. But I don't know about.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't. Coach Kleingen is just beside himself.
Wow. Oh boy, I tell you what, it looked like DeMars came across and then his lineman reacted, so they moved the Holsteins back 5 yards. So we'll try this again. Now it'll be 1st and 15.
They got the wind behind them too. Sorry, Scott.
Yeah, they do. Here we go. Wolding out of the shotgun. Twin receivers left. Ball spotted right hash. Wolding back to pass. He's under pressure. He eludes it. Wolding corrals himself. He throws it downfield, and Clem picks it off at the 30-yard line. They tried to go to Grinsteiner, and Clem was all over him, and Clem picked it off. But what a great job by Wolding to get rid of it, but to the wrong player.
We got rid of it, and he was forced to throw the football early as Enerson was upfield. He got blocked, but he really disrupted the play. Then the quarterback got out of the pocket, stopped, threw a fastball down the middle, and just a good play by Clem, this time playing center field on defense, stepped in front and picked him off.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better football game here this afternoon. 43.2 seconds to play in regulation. We're tied at 28. 2 consecutive interceptions, one by the Holsteins, and then now one by the Tornadoes. Here's Bryson Clem out of the gun. Clem, they motion Hinkle. Clem fakes it. Now here comes a reverse. Here comes a pass. He's under pressure and brought down way back at the 20-yard line is
it was Enerson.
Sterling Enerson by A.J. Hines.
Yeah, Enerson. I don't know if the ball got handed off to him or how he got the football, because it was quite a ways away from us, and it was kind of a big scrum. He took it and rolled out to his right after somehow he got the football from quarterback Clem, and then, boy, the big arms of the law, if you want to call it that, A.J. Hines grabs him and rips him down for a sack.
Well, clock winds to 6, and it appears we're going to go to overtime here as a quick timeout taken by Mitch Greenwood with 3.6 seconds to play as Coach Kleingen quickly out to the field. We'll keep it right here again as just 3.6 seconds to play. We're gonna have bonus football here today from New Salem, it appears, barring anything crazy not happening on this play, as this will be the last play of regulation for the Cavalier Tornadoes.
Well, you got to try some type of trick play. Remember, at the halftime, what happened, they ran a trick play and almost got it into the end zone. Now, I know that was only from what they were at, let's see, that was from the 37-yard line, so a lot further to go. But see what type of trickery offensive coordinator, head coach Mitch Greenwood. How about a hook and ladder?
Yeah, who was that didn't we see that run to perfection at the Dakota Bowl one year? Who was that? Was that in a 9-man game, or was that?
Oh, yeah.
You remember that one?
Absolutely, I do.
I can't remember who that was, but we saw that run to perfection in the Dakota Bowl. We'll see what they do here on second down and 20 as Clem with 3.6 seconds left to play. Clem barks out the signals. The Holsteins appear to be ready. They throw it out to Hinkle. It's going to be incomplete, and he falls on it with 1 second to play.
I don't know if that was going to do anything anyway.
I don't think it was either.
There was 3 guys, he said, trips to the right side, and I don't know even if he would have caught it, nobody was going to be faked out by any pitcher.
Boy, it's been a long time since I've seen an overtime game in high school.
We haven't had any this year.
No, I haven't had any.
NFL has been having them.
Yeah. So 1 second to play here on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 28-28, our score. Yeah, thanks to Mitch Lundy. Richland ran that one. That was Richland, as now they throw it out in the flat to Hinkle, and the horn sounds, but Hinkle in the open field, and they better still on the move. He tries a pitch back. He does to Carter. Here's Carter on the move. Now Carter's going to throw it back across the field, and here comes Holmquist, and here goes Holmquist. Holmquist to 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to be brought down. We got a flag down. He's not going to be a touchdown, but hang on. Oh, are you kidding me?
Where's the band, Scott? I mean, you throw the football to the left side to Hinkle, and they just keep moving up. They don't do anything funky until all of a sudden they have some New Salem Holsteins there. They throw the ball all the way across the field and away from the New Salem defense, and the ball goes all the way down to inside the 10. And a block in the back, I think it was.
Yep.
Somebody still came from behind and tackled. I didn't see who had the ball last.
That was Holmquist that had
Holmquist
had the ball that got tackled, but the flag came out. So that's going to end the regulation here in New Salem. We'll take a timeout. We've got bonus football for you here on the PSP Network. After regulation, the Holsteins 20, Holsteins 28, Tornadoes 28. Back with more for the overtime after this timeout.
This North Dakota State semifinal 9-man playoff football game on the PSP Network is brought to you by West River Telephone, Nodak Insurance Company, Scott Wilkins, Rude's I-94 Mobile, Wolding Ranch, Wolding Farms, North Star Community Credit Union, Napa Auto Parts, Cross on a Bench Meats, Sweetbriar Creek Ranch, Polar Communications, Rocking H Livestock, and the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites in Fargo.
Well, welcome back to New Salem. Chuck Claremont, Scott Woodmansey, Todd Domrey's with you as we've got a wild one here as we are going to go into overtime, and each team will get the ball from the 10-yard line, and we'll have a coin toss to see who would like to take the ball first, and then they'll get a chance from the 10, and then the other team will get a chance from the 10.
So see which side they pick. The wind is going right to left. It's still blowing from the south-southeast about 13 miles an hour. So whether they actually go to the north end zone, we'll see if that's how it goes. But
well, let's try to.
You like to let somebody else have the football first.
Yep, to see what you got to do exactly. As we're going to try to see if we can grab some other scores for you.
But what a play to end the half. All that, it goes from the 21-yard line all the way down to the 3. So 29 and 47, 76 yards. But it ends up being no play because ultimately it was a block in the back. And even if he wouldn't have on the block in the back, he still got tackled short of the goal line. But, boy, they sure made it exciting, ending both regulation and end of the half to the Cavalier Tornadoes. Schoolyard ball. They practice that when you think, Scott? It almost seems like they were running it like they've done that before.
Yeah, now I got to see. Haven't done this. Getting updates from the boss saying, "Hey, can you make some changes to that?" Yeah, well, we'll
show our scoreboard. So now we're in OT. The captains are
out
in the field. You got Avila. You got Henkel. You got Clem.
Got an update, Chuck, from sorry about that. 59 seconds ago, down in Kindred at the half. It's Kindred 30, Bowman County 6 at the half. And I didn't see who's taking it first. Did you see the flip?
Either. So they are going to the north end zone.
Okay, so they're going to go to the north end zone, and we'll see.
After the first half, Scott, where you had 6 scores, 22-20, each team just scored one time. New Salem got on the board first in the second half with Wolding and a 2-yard run and a long drive. That was 9:40 left in the fourth quarter. 2-point conversion made it 28-22. And then Cavalier took the ball in the next possession. They drive it down and a 16-yard run by Clem put them tied at 28. Then a big play on that right side by Ethan Meyer. And then Weston Kuhn stopped the 2-point conversion short of the goal line.
So the Holsteins will have the ball first. First and goal to go from the 10. Wolding comes out. Split backs alongside him, twin receivers right. Wolding, they give it to Norton going right, turns upfield, and he's tripped up there by Enerson after a gain of about 3. So it'll be second and goal to go from the 7-yard line.
Plays they've been running all day. Had handoff to the left back, which was Irwin. Crosses to the right side.
Well, and the thing here, too, is obviously it's 4-down territory because neither team has a potential field goal kicker. So here comes Wolding now. He sends 2 receivers to the left. Wolding barks out the signals. Wolding, they give it to the big fellow in the back. That's Kuhn on the move. Kuhn to the goal line. And did he get in? Nope. It's going to be third down as on the carry there was Weston Kuhn, the big 6'4", 225-pound senior.
They put him in the backfield, Scotty. They put him at fullback. And one thing he did is they went down to his legs. One guy came flying, and I think it was Hinkle. He just stepped over the top of him. Ichabod Crane, Weston Kuhn.
Yeah, here we go. Third and goal to go from the 1. Irwin and Norton as Wolding goes under center. Guess where Wolding's going? Right behind the center. And the surge. And I think he got in. He's got to be in, doesn't he not?
I don't know. It looked like from here that he got pushed in, but the officials aren't making a call yet. They're looking at each other like, what? Who's on first?
Oh, and they're going to say it's 4th down, so it's going to be 4th and goal to go.
Wow.
A.J. Hines, the last one to get up off the pile. So here it is, 4th and goal to go from the 1.
Well, I'm telling you, do it again. And you get your fullbacks closer to the quarterback so that when he snaps the football, you can push him quicker.
Yep. Here we go as they tell the offensive line to dig in as Pittman, the center. Wolding goes under center. Wolding, here he goes, and this time I think he's in.
Oh, he had to get in. Well, they're coming. I thought the surge on the left side that he had crossed the goal line, but the officials are still holding off, and they're not going to give it to him, Scott.
No, they're not. Yep, touchdown.
Well, that was the longest delay.
Boy, that was
it
that
looked
quite
like
a
from
delay.
Our vantage point that he clearly had crossed the line, but give the officials credit. Like, hey, we want to make sure we're accurate. We're going to come down, unpile everybody, and there was 18 guys pretty much on the pile.
So the Cavalier or the Holsteins get in. And they take the first score of the overtime, makes it 34-28. Now the 2-point conversion awaits.
Go Black! We need it. Let's go now.
There's a lot of nervous people.
Oh, that was everybody was holding
on both sides.
Holding their breath on that one.
Go, you can do it.
The all-important 2-point conversion awaits.
Go, make it work, Black. Come on.
Wolding.
Block in there.
2 receivers to his left. Wolding barks out the signals. Wolding fakes it. He's rolling. They throw it underneath. It's going to be, dropped as they tried to throw it to Weston Kuhn, and he dropped it by the goal line, and that might have been.
I don't think it would have mattered. Enerson was right there. He absolutely drilled Kuhn. He's kind of coming back. The bell's ringing right now.
So now it will be Cavaliers' turn. 34-28 after a Wolding touchdown.
So now it's a touchdown and whatever conversion. I'm guessing it'd be a 2. But first of all, they got to get that touchdown. And right now, Weston Kuhn's got to shake off the cobwebs because he got thumped. There's been some big hits out there by both sides.
Yes, there has. So now with the Tornadoes' turn. 34-28 the score. 1st and goal to go from the 10. Clem rolling to his right. Clem looks, he throws it underneath. It's going to be caught and ripped out of bounds. That was Hinkle, and making the stop there, that was Wyatt Kuhn.
That was a violent tackle, but he had him by the neck and ripped him down. A dangerous pass is absolutely right. I almost thought it could have been picked off, but.
And we're going to have a timeout. Yeah, we'll just keep it right here as 34-28 in the overtime. Reminder, we'll have our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. Sponsored by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. Check the score at halftime at last report up in it was LMM. They were up 14-6, I believe, at halftime over Botno. So that one shaping up to be a good one here. And this one has been unbelievable. 34-28. After that gain of 4, it's going to be 2nd down and 6 now for the Tornadoes. So here we go, 2nd and goal to go from the 6. Clem rolling right. Clem turns upfield. Clem puts his head down. Did he get in? And I don't think he did. Nope.
Student body right as the quarterback rolled out to his right side. He took both blockers in the backfield in Hinkle and Carter. And so ultimately, but good job of coming in, filling underneath and sticking. I think it was Wolding who hit him the perfect form tackle at the legs.
DeMars goes over and gets the call from head coach Mitch Greenwood. Here come the Cavaliers now on 3rd and goal to go from the 1. I'm guessing they're going to call it. 24 is going to call his own number again. Clem awaits the snap. Clem rolling, hides it, throws the back pass, and it's going to be broken up. An interesting play call there as DeMars was the intended receiver, broken up by Grinsteiner, also with Urban. So now it's 4th and goal to go from the one. The Tornadoes faced in the same situation as the Holsteins were, and what are we going to call here?
Well, that play, Scott, that had worked for them on those 2-point conversions.
Yep, exactly.
It was a pass back, so they had lined up unbalanced to the right side, looked like they were going to go that way, tried to slip Demers out, but the Cavalier the Holsteins weren't buying it.
Here we go, both teams digging in. 4th and goal to go. Clem going right. Clem looking. Clem, did he get in? Reads it. Oh, and the last second reach. Clem to the pylon, and he ties it at 34.
I tell you, Scott, if they had a replay on that one, it looked like he was tackled short of it and then reached the ball across the end line as he got hit about the 1-yard line, used that 6'3" frame to get it into the end zone. That's what the big fella's saying. He's like saying Hines is like, hey, we had him. He was down.
And the Tornadoes take a timeout. They want to talk about this one. A 2-point conversion here, and the Tornadoes move on to the state 9-man championship, a Holstein stop, and we do it all over again.
And that's an individual effort right there by Bryson Clem, the quarterback, Scott, because it was all on his own. He went to that right side. He had 2 and 3 guys that he had to get through to get to the end zone to get that touchdown, and he just willed himself into the end zone.
Now, keep in mind, the Holsteins got a big 2-point conversion stop early as well. Otherwise, who knows where this game would be. This game might be over. Now this is the all-important one right here, tied at 34. And I'm guessing, Chuck, as you talked about in this 2-point conversion, I'm guessing number 24 might call his own number again, just at the rate he's been going.
I'd do the same thing. I'd roll him out to the right, and maybe you put somebody backside just in case you get that option to throw it to somebody. But to me, they purposely now put the ball in the left hash.
So ball spotted left hash. Here we go. 2-point conversion awaits. Clem barks out the signals. Clem rolling to his right. Clem rolling. He jumps it underneath, and it's going to be caught and completed, and the Tornadoes will move on to the state 9-man championship. On the reception, I do believe, I can't get his number, that was Landon Carter, and the Tornadoes win this one 36-34 here this afternoon in New Salem. Wow, oh boy, what a play there by the Cavalier Tornadoes as they win this one by a score of 36-34 over the Holsteins from New Salem Almont, and they will go back to the Fargo Dome, and what a valiant effort by the New Salem Almont Holsteins. We'll take a timeout. We come back. Our Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show next. Back with more after this timeout.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered.
Planning Team Financial Advisors, here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit them online, planningteam.com. Now for the Planning Team Financial postgame show.
Welcome back to New Salem, North Dakota, 36-34. The Cavalier Tornadoes, for the third year in a row, will go back to the Fargo Dome and play in the state 9-man championship game on a 2-point conversion from Clem to Carter. And what a play there. And as I believe Chuck Claremont has made his way down to the playing field, and he will try to get a few words with a few coaches, or with a coach and a couple of players from Cavalier. And what a valiant effort by the Holsteins here this afternoon is just too little too late for New Salem Almont. That 2-point conversion they couldn't get in, but what a great individual effort by Bryson Clem here as Chuck Claremont is down on the field as we await 36-34. And boy, what a football game here, folks, out in New Salem. The Cavalier Tornadoes, for the third year in a row, will go back to the Fargo Dome. Chuck, as he awaits to get a couple of words from Mitch Greenwood or a player or two. And again, welcome inside the Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit us online at planningteam.com. As the host of Cavalier fans that made the long trip down from Cavalier, as they all converge around the team, as Mitch Greenwood has a few final words with his guys. And who they will play, well, that is yet to be determined. As the last report, it was Lemoore Litchfield Marion was defeating Bottineau at last report as they were ahead 14-6. But what an effort here this afternoon by both these two football teams. Two good football teams going at it here today, and the Cavalier Tornadoes on that 2-point conversion pass from Clem to Carter. And why not? Why not those two be involved in that final game-winning conversion, as they just had a whale of an afternoon here this afternoon, as Chuck is making his way, as Mitch Greenwood just kind of gave him the, hey, give me a second here, I'll come talk to you. But right now, I believe Chuck is going to try to grab the head coach, Mitch Greenwood, Bryson Clem possibly, Landon Carter possibly, as we'll see what we can get here. As Chuck Claremont right now has got the head coach. Let's go down on the field. Chuck, take it away.
Scott?
Yep, Chuck, take it away.
All right. Coach, let's do. We're going to face this way. What for you guys? I mean, it was a battle from the get-go, whether it was you talk about the physicality of your team. To me, that was the difference of the game.
It was, and we've been playing defense all year long, physically, cruising around, making big hits, causing turnovers. We knew that was going to be the X factor today. We knew all week watching film they're going to be bigger than us. They outweighed us by a lot, but I think just the heart that we have, the physicality, we were able to match that, and we kind of had a motto this week: bigger means slower. And we've got some of the best athletes in the state. Don't get me wrong, they've got some good athletes too, but I wouldn't trade our skill guys for anybody else in the whole state.
Yeah, they just showed it. I just felt from everybody, from the linemen to the receivers to the quarterback, I just felt like they were not going to lose today.
Right, it was just determination. And, we kind of came into this with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder. We've been ranked number 3 in the polls from wire to wire. And from day one, we said, it's kind of an insult. We're the best returning team in the state. We were state runner-ups last year, state runner-ups the year before that. We haven't lost in the playoffs except for the finals in 3 or 4 years. So, for us to be ranked 3rd all year, we took that as an insult, and that was fuel to the fire. We wanted to come out here and prove that, we've won 9 or 10 home playoff games in a row, but we haven't been tested on the road. We haven't had to make the long trip like this. We've beaten a couple teams in the semifinals the last couple of years that have traveled a long way to come and play in Cavalier, and we wanted to come and show that, hey, we'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime, and that's Cavalier football.
Congratulations, Coach. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, Bryson, step in here, buddy. Congratulations, what a job today, and it just seemed like you guys today, there was no give up in you guys. Even after they scored, you stopped them in that big 2-point conversion, and then you come down in this overtime. And for you, I want to go back to the play where it was just you and 3 guys to get in the end zone that 4th down. Talk me through that.
Shot as far as I could, and it got in.
And for you, in the 5th brother, other brothers who got some state championships, for you get a chance to get back there. You've had 2 opportunities to be 4 points. Now this is your team as a quarterback. What does that mean to get back to the goal?
It means everything. I can't. Great. It's I'm speechless. It's
No,
great.
and for your guys too, you got such tremendous guys and friends on your team that you've created. A lot of seniors that are playing so well, and for you guys to get, I'm going to guess getting there's not good enough because this is a third time, and hopefully third time's a charm.
Yeah, I hope we got to get out there and play as hard as we can.
All right, congratulations, great job. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, Landon, have you step in here, buddy. What a game for you, and with all this busy man, hockey, you name it, but today was your day. I mean, talk about some of the catches you had, that 90-yard catch. I mean, today from offense to defense, it was just your day.
Yeah, I don't know, our line really stepped up there when we needed them to. They gave Bryce enough time to throw the ball. Our routes and our combination that we put in this week to beat this zone defense that they're running is just really clicking for us. It was really just working out.
And for you to catch that 2-point conversion in the end zone, I mean, it was, you were wide open, but you still had to make that catch. And what were you thinking as the ball was kind of slowly coming to you?
Don't drop it. I'm going to be zero in the town for a long time. No one's going to talk to me. I just got to make one catch, and that's the game. So.
For you guys, the physicality you had, I thought there were so many big hits time and time again for you guys tonight, whether it was Jake Steele to Hinkle to you. It was a defensive effort that second half to me that made a big difference.
That's what I mean, yeah, every day in practice, we just practice hitting, defense, wrap up, you name it, we do it. It's kind of our tradition up there in Cav, play physical, hit hard. Usually undersized, but that doesn't matter. You come out there, try to punch them in the mouth, and just do our thing.
And for you to get to the state championship now the third time, you've been short these last two times. What's it going to take for you guys to get a championship?
I think we're really just going to have to come out, go really hard this week at practice. We know Lemore's good. They're going to be the best team we played all season, of course. They're number one, but we come out, we play our game. Who knows what happens? Third time's a charm, right?
All right, congratulations. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you. They're happy. They're smiling. You got to love it. And they already said Lemore. I don't think that game's over yet. So we'll see who they're actually going to play. Back to you guys.
All right, Chuck, fine job, my friend, as he's right. That game is not over with yet, as we'll try to get you an update on that as we exit off of our Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game show, as a great win here for the Cavalier Tornadoes. They win it in overtime by a score of 36-34. Our Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show rolls on with more after this timeout from New Salem. 36-34, the Tornadoes win this one.
The North Dakota Safety Council is dedicated to preventing injuries and saving lives by offering hundreds of safety courses. The NDSC helps workers return home safely every night and make sure schools are ready for any emergency. Our first aid training and defensive driving courses help save lives. We empower people through personal protection courses and operational risk assessments for businesses. We're a private, nonprofit organization committed to making North Dakota's homes, schools, communities, workplaces, and roads the safest in the nation. Learn more at ndsc.org.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment
welcome
advisor.
back
GWM
to New
Advisors,
Salem, North
LLC,
Dakota,
and Planning Team
as this
Financial
one
Advisors are
has
separate entities from
gone
LPL Financial.
as 36-34. The Cavalier Tornadoes win this one in a barn burner in overtime, and New Salem, Almont, boy, take nothing away from Steve Kleingen and his team, as they will end their season at 10-1. The Tornadoes advance to 11-0, and who they will play, well, that is yet to be determined. As we'll try and get an update for you on that, as once my partner tallies up his final game numbers here. Great job, Chuck, down there. Mitch Greenwood, boy, I tell you what, he was not happy about being ranked third in the state, was he?
He talked to his team about that too. He said they've been telling us we've been 3 all year. We beat 2. Now we're going to go get number 1.
Well, and that isn't for sure yet either.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell them that, but that's what I was going to say when they just made the assumption that Lemore was going to beat Botno.
Yep. How you doing on those numbers over there? You ready to
give
go
me
there,
2
my
minutes.
friend? All right. Well, as we do
not
that,
even that. Give me
not even that. As we do that, we will try and find a. There we go. Okay, this was about 10 minutes ago. Lemore LM takes a 20-6 lead over Botno midway through the third. So that one right there, Kindred, well, we had that one. That was 30-6 at halftime. That one's not over yet. Obviously, we don't have an updated score on that one yet. Let's see. Other game starting at 4 o'clock this afternoon. But so it appears right now that it will be Cavalier and Lemoore LM. But, again, that one has not gone final yet. And right now I believe my partner's got the final individual team and team totals.
Yeah, I do. Thanks, Scott. For the New Salem Holsteins, I mean, they played a whale of a game, and they just put up a lot of yards, 51 carries in total on the ground. Ty Wolding, what a game, 27 carries, 120 yards. He had 3 touchdowns rushing. He had another one throwing, so what a game to end his high school career. 27 for 120 yards. Brock Norton, 7 for 50 yards. Cody Irwin, 13 for 28 yards. Dylan Root had 2 for 3 yards. And Weston Kuhn had 2 for 14 yards. Throwing, Ty Wolding, 6 of 10 for 113 yards. He had a 79-yard touchdown throw to Dylan Rood, and he had 1 interception. Rood was his favorite target on the day. 4 catches, 104 yards. Wyatt Kuhn had 1 for 5. Evan Borneman had 1 for 4, and Ethan Meyer had 1 for 1 yard. For the Cavalier Tornadoes, who ran 38 plays compared to 61 for New Salem, Clem was the man on the ground, 13 carries for 34 yards in terms of total carries, but Trevor Henkel had 8 carries for 60 yards. He had a 21-yard touchdown run in the first half. Jake Steele had 1 carry for -3 yards. Bryson Clem throwing 15 of 24, Scott, 185 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, a 90-yarder to Landon Carter and a 56-yarder to Trevor Hinkle. He did have 1 interception tonight. Landon Carter, he was his favorite receiver, 6 catches, 150 yards. Trevor Hinkle had 3 for 82 and a touchdown. Holmquist had 2 for 22. Caden DeMars had 2 for 30. Jake Steele had 2 for 9, and then Clem, the quarterback, had 1 for 31. Team statistics today, 51 rushes for New Salem, 51 times they got on the ground, 215 yards. Cavalier just 22 carries for 91 yards. 113 yards passing to New Salem compared to 216 to Cavaliers. So you'll look at this one, 61 plays to 38. They had 23 more plays than Cavalier, and New Salem had 328 yards compared to 307. New Salem did fumble the ball once, which was a big fumble, Scott, as they were driving down. Wolding was almost into the end zone, and he got stripped, and that could have been the potential play of the game. We'll talk about that one. And 3 punts for New Salem, 2 for Cavalier, 4 penalties for New Salem, 6 for Cavalier, 13 first downs for the Holsteins, 10 for Cavalier. Each team had an interception. Kuhn had an interception, Weston Kuhn, and then Brandon Clem had an interception late in the game. So what a tremendous effort tonight, Scott, and some really good individual efforts, and surely Cavalier, their fans were jacked. I mean, I felt like I was getting crowded. They were just crowding around. They were all listening to the interviews. I was like, make sure I don't say anything wrong. As you heard Landon Carter say when I said, what do you think? And he said, don't drop it because I would be the biggest loser. And I'm thinking, okay, well, you're all listening to me. Yeah. Don't say something stupid, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, Chuck, we've got to pick our this afternoon's Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. They focus on the details of the process without ever losing sight of the big picture. Their efficient step-by-step approach to move management keeps everyone on the same page. It includes a comprehensive service of proactive checks, double checks, and ongoing communications that ensure attention to all details every step of the way. Locations in Bismarck, Met, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. Chuck, your thoughts? I guess I can throw mine out, and I think we might agree. I think it's got to be that last individual effort on that 4th and 1 in overtime by Bryson Clem, as it appeared that New Salem came up with a big stop there, but it was a last-minute effort, last-ditch effort by Clem to reach to the pylon and get it in the end zone.
Yeah, that's surely one of them. I love the play we talked about where Wolding was going to the end zone. He got stripped. Steele got the fumble recovery. That was big, but you're right. The Clem doesn't somehow get by 3 guys and get into the pylon that obviously don't even have an opportunity to throw the football to Landon Carter for the 2-point conversion. So that that touchdown in overtime by Bryson Clem is our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game.
And, Chuck, we got to give out our Sport Clips player of the game. Be the MVP when you go to Sport Clips for an MVP haircut experience. Nothing comes close to making you feel like an MVP, quite like the MVP experience at Sport Clips. Sport Clips is located at 411 South 3rd Street in Bismarck. My friend, there's a lot of guys you could go with, but your thoughts?
Well, you're right. There is, and this team is Hinkle probably had 25 tackles. Who knows? He had 60 yards rushing. He had another 82 yards passing, so a couple touchdowns both ways. And obviously Landon Carter, what a game he had, 150 yards receiving, including a 90-yard touchdown, some big plays, including that 2-point conversion. But to me tonight, Bryson Clem, 15 for 24, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns throwing, had 34 yards rushing, also had a catch for 31 yards, throw that in there, had an interception tonight, and then he had that big touchdown. To me, pushed him over the edge. So I got to go with Bryson Clem.
Bryson Clem is our Sport Clips MVP of the game. Well, keep in mind the PSP Network will have you covered all next Friday for the live digital radio broadcast from the Fargo Dome. Join us for all 4 games at the 2021 Dakota Bowl. We know the first game we'll have for you on the air at 9:10 will be Cavalier, and who they will play, well, that is yet to be determined. Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion. That will be followed by the 11B championship at right around 11:45, either Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Ryan or Kindred and Bowman County. And then that will be followed by the 11A final right around 2:30, St. Mary's and Jamestown. And we will round out the afternoon with the 11 2A final. That'll be West Fargo Cheyenne and West Fargo right around 6:40. If you're heading that way, folks, hey, be sure to call the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites in Fargo. That's the PSP Network's official hotel. Use promo code Dakota and receive 50% off your 2-night stay while in Fargo for the Dakota Bowl. Well, it's been a fun one here this afternoon. Hey, we want to thank all of our sponsors this afternoon, BNC National Bank, Hub International Insurance, The Medicine Shop, Tires Plus, Chuppy Clinic, Planning Team Financial Advisors, Sport Clips, Jobbers Moving and Storage, the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites, and also to those sponsors from the communities of Cavalier and New Salem, Almont this afternoon, as we certainly enjoyed bringing you this and hope you enjoyed it on the PSP Network. Repeating our final score from New Salem, Cavalier 36, New Salem, Almont 34. For Todd Domrys, Chuck Claremont, Scott Woodmansey saying so long from New Salem, North Dakota.
This North Dakota State semifinal 9-man playoff football game on the PSP Network is brought to you by West River Telephone, Nodak Insurance Company, Scott Wilkins, Rude's I-94 Mobile, Wolding Ranch, Wolding Farms, North Star Community Credit Union, Napa Auto Parts, Cross on a Bench Meats, Sweet Briar Creek Ranch, Polar Communications, Rocking H Livestock, and the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites in Fargo.